What's up, Tricksters and Tricksetas, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by our favorite radiant coach, CHARLATAN of Papito. Today, at our coaching table, we have our friend Divi, who is a chamber main, playing on Split in Ascendant 1 lobby. Let's see what Divi presented to us. Hey, I've been playing Valorant since beta, quit and came back to re-reach my peak rank of Ascendant 1, but last act I was so hard stuck Diamond 3. Been experimenting with Jet and main chamber, and don't know who to use, or if I just use both. I mean, why not both? Like, literally, like, both chamber and Jet are pretty good for rank solo queue, you know, like S-tier agents, so, yeah, I mean, you know, chamber, you know, on Split, for an example, Jet is far better than chamber, but on, let's say, Breeze, look, Breeze and Abyss, like, chamber is really effing good. I mean, Jet is always a bit better, but whatever. Main issues, consistency. It seems I go 7-15, then 25-10 the next. Okay, listen here. Consistency in Valorant. Let's talk about that for a second. Like, listen. Like, just a moment. VOD review notes for Divi. Is this your name? Two V's? Yes, 2 V's. Okay, listen. So, consistency. Like, what's important when it comes to your consistency in Valorant? Number one, playtime. It's very important that you play the game every single day. Like, Valorant really feeds onto your playtime, onto your free time, onto your life. You know? And you really need to live and breathe Valorant if you want to get better a bit faster and improve a bit faster. Second thing, when it comes to consistency, it's very important. I want to sneeze, bro. I hate sneezing. So, second thing that is important when it comes to consistency in Valorant is that the agents, you know, like you really can't, and you really don't want to play like 28 agents in Valorant. I've tried it myself. It's shit. Like, it really, you're gonna suffer. Like, you really need to lock yourself onto some playstyle, a certain set of strategies, tactics, structure in order to be consistent, obviously. Third thing that's important is your well-being, you know, health, essentially. Like, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy life, healthy everything, healthy performance in Valorant. Like, you cannot sleep like shit, eat like shit, and perform, you know, at your peak. Fourth actually thing that's important when it comes to consistency in Valorant is that you're consistently performing what? The good plays. You know, like, you really want to try as best as you can to follow all of the rules, all of the tips, all of the strategies, all of the tactics to the core. Like, repetition, perfect repetition, is gonna make you better and is gonna make you improve. You really want to be consistent here, that you're not feeding any bad habits, any bullshit type of plays that you should not be doing. So, good plays will make you better, obviously, like, and more consistent in Valorant. Fifth thing that is very important that you understand when it comes to consistency is that your consistency is always gonna vary a bit. It's always gonna vary a bit, depending on, you know, how you feel that day, depending on who you're playing with and against in that specific match, you know. Like, Valorant ranked solo queue is a very interesting, you know, place. You cannot perform in every single match. You cannot drop in every single match like plus 30 kills. You should not be expecting that from yourself. But what you should be expecting is that you're consistently following like certain path, like certain gameplay, certain set of strategies and rules that simply work in Valorant, you know, most of the times. Like, you need to remember that there's not a single like strategy, tactic, or rule, or tip, or aim training that's, you know, always gonna keep you at 100%. And that's gonna work 100% of times. What you're trying to achieve is like, you know, 60% levels of consistency. Like that 60% and more times, you're doing the good plays, you're practicing, you're warming up, like you're playing the game every single day as much as you can. You're playing the agents that actually suit your playstyle and that suit you as a player, and that you're taking care of yourself. So, when it comes to consistency, it is completely normal that in one game you go 7-15, and in the other game you go 25-10. Maybe in that 7-15 game you played against a cheater, against a smurf. Maybe you had a shit team with yourself, and, you know, like, if you have 4 shit players with yourself, it's pretty hard to perform as well. Maybe you simply played on a map that you're not really good at, then, you know, you should fix yourself on that map, and how you play that map, and how you think on that map. So, what's very important when it comes to consistency is that you don't look at a consistency as a, you know, some kind of a straight line, or a line that looks like this. It's always gonna, you know, dip a bit, go down, go up. But what's very important, that you're consistently working on yourself. That you as a player, every single day, get better for at least 1%. That you learn something new, that you are trying to develop yourself, that you're doing some kind of a good warm-up, aim training routine, general training. You're improving your situational awareness. After a match, you analyze like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4 deaths. Ask yourself, was this preventable? Like, could I have played maybe with my teammates? Maybe I could have played better this specific situation. Maybe I could have used my utility to engage the enemies. So that's how you become consistent. Like, just, you know, you cannot expect from yourself that in every single match against every single player, you drop like 30 kills and you solo carry every match. It's just not possible, you know? But as long as you're doing what's necessary from you, you're performing the good plays and getting better, that's how you become more consistent. Initial positioning, okay, we're gonna take a look into that in this VOD review, and we'll talk about it quite a lot, probably. When to play alone versus with team, okay, this is a very easy answer. When to play alone versus playing with a team. You always want to play with a team. Almost. like 95% of times in ranked solo queue, like, you should be trying to perform some level of team play. You know, supporting your allies, refragging them, playing with them, fighting with them. And these 5% of times when you should play alone, maybe lurk, flank, try to pick some solo timing, is when? Number 1. When team play is not possible. Like, I mean, like, you tried everything with your teammates, you tried the 5-man executes, you tried refragging them, you tried it, it doesn't work. Okay, let's try to search for some solo picks and solo timings to potentially win this round, win this match, etc, etc. Second time, you know, when these 5% of... Second time when it's okay to play alone and okay to try doing something alone is when you see opportunity to fuck up the enemies based on the previous round's information. Like in the previous rounds, you've noticed that enemies like to over-aggress something, they like to peek something, and you just want to punish these rotations, peaks, and over-aggression from the enemies. It's okay. You can, you know, you can play alone if you see a timing to do that play. But the worst mistake that players do in ranked solo queue is from the round number 1, when you have no idea who you're playing with and against, you have no idea how enemies are even playing this match, or are gonna play this match, you're just consistently on some solo missions, and looking at the kill feed, how 4 of your teammates are dying like a potatoes. So, before you start playing alone, you need to gather some information. Like, you need to be certain that that play that you're doing is gonna benefit you and your team as well. But also, there is a third thing that you need to think about. Like, when your teammates cannot hold their own ground. Like, basically, you need to ask yourself, like, if I do, if I take a kill somewhere, what are the chances that my teammates are gonna nullify that impact? Because a lot of times in ranked solo queue, like, even if you make some kind of a perfect flank and lurk, and, you even kill and open a site alone for your team, there's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4 of your team is dying. If that is already happening, then it's absolutely pointless to play alone and to search for solo timings. Then you need to figure out how you can use your teammates to win this match. Like how you can maybe bait them a bit. When I say bait them, like you should not let your teammates die for nothing. You just want to fight with them in that case. If they are way too aggressive, they're just going face forward into the enemies. Like, figure out how you can refrag them, how you can use them to take space, how you can use them to fight the enemies, to take the kills, etc, etc. So, the simple answer to this problem is that you only want to play alone when you gather enough information during that specific half that your solo play is actually gonna work. And is gonna benefit both you and your team as well. And make you win a round. Now, decision making in 1v1s and 1v2s. This is what private coaching is for. Like, a lot of the... a lot of the 1v1s and 1v2s are a bit different. It really depends what type of utility you have, in which area of the map you're playing at that moment of time. And what's very important when it comes to decision making in 1v1s and 1v2s is understanding the power levels, understanding win conditions, and having a really good situational awareness. And, that's kind of like the main purpose of my private coaching, like with 24/7 support. Like every single day, you can see the shit show here. Like I literally didn't answer on messages for like 3 hours. Pop, 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 pop. Like immediately 9 messages already from 6 different people. So basically, you need to, if you don't have a coach or you don't have like maybe higher elo player that can help you out, the best thing I would advise you is like just try to analyze every single day, like maybe 1, 2, or 3 different like 1v1 or 1v2 scenarios that you played, and ask yourself, why did you die during that specific scenario? Now let me just try to find something for you. Just a second. Moment. Okay, so these are some of the questions that you can ask yourself. Like, so basically, you can ask yourself, like, was the problem in that 1v1, 1v2, like maybe your mechanics? Was it the ability usage? Was it, not really the teamwork, but your, like, overall positioning? Could you have maybe outplayed that enemy somehow with the time that you had, like, during the postman, during the retake and stuff like that? Did you, like, gather enough information to play that 1v1 or 1v2? Like, 60% of 1v1s and 1v2s are quite easy to win. And I firmly believe that you can win 60% of your 1v1s and 1v2 clutches in ranked solo queue. If you play them a bit slower, if you play them smart, if you don't feel pressured by something, and you just let yourself think a bit more. Ask yourself, where is that enemy? How can you potentially outplay that enemy? Like, for an example, you plant the spike here, enemy is now under the pressure. Like, all you need to do is, like, just position in a way where, like, you can just isolate one angle at this moment of time without being too overexposed, wait for the enemy to tap that spike, and that's it. Now you can just jump spot him to, for the next 40 seconds, basically, jiggle peek him at random timings, and that's it. But if you're playing a 1v1, against, let's say, a controller, then you need to think, okay, that controller can use a smoke right here. I cannot really, you know, play all the way here. Then I need to play somewhere else. Like maybe after planting the spike, you can take more space in the CT, and once again, you just isolate one angle that you can hold at that moment of time and potentially wrap or surprise that last enemy that is alive and, you know, completely fuck him up, essentially. During the retakes as well, like, you really need to think, like, you just want to ask yourself, like, you know, what are the highest chances that that enemy does something? Based on the spike plant, based on the agent that that player is playing, and based on the timings. As I already mentioned, like, it's hard to explain, you know, how to actually improve on your own, but everything comes with time, expanding your knowledge, and analyzing these type of scenarios and situations that you play. Like, literally, as I already mentioned, for every single player that I coach privately, I review for them like 3 clips per day, every single day. And a lot of these clips are 1v1s and 1v2s as well. Like, it is so easy. I mean, I'm just telling you, you know, what I do, like, for others. But what you can do for yourself, like, you know, you just played a match where you lost like 2 1v1s. Ask yourself some of these questions. Was the positioning the problem? Was the timing the problem? Was mechanical skill the problem? Did you think about the agent against whom you're playing that 1v1? You know, like, if I'm playing a 1v1 against controllers, we need to play them in a bit different way, you know? Did you think about the spike plant? Where should you plant the spike? Where is the spike planted? You know, like, for example, on the A side, if enemies plant spike here, but it is safe to assume that in that 1v1, that enemy will try to fuck you up from the A tower, for an example. We'll see. We'll see in this VOD review. I really hope we're gonna end up in some 1v1s. Goals reached at least in more... Don't undermine yourself, bro. Like that, you know? Like, my grandma can reach immortal in this video game. I'm 100% certain. 100%. Literally, the type of players that I coach to immortal, you would have gouged your eyes out watching them play before. Like, literally, you would have taken a toothpick and just, like, it was so bad. But and also, I coached at least 50 players that were like 35 to 45 years old. They got immortal. Immortal 2 or Immortal 3. Brother, like, anyone can be immortal in this video game. Like, I am more than certain. More than certain. So don't undermine yourself. Like, you're gonna get immortal 100%. Now, Radiant, we'll see about that, because, you know, that requires a lot of playtime, a lot of self-reflection, improvement. At the end of the day, you can just watch my, you know, like, my video called, just a moment. My video called, I have no idea how it's called. I'm not gonna lie. Why didn't I even put it here? Like, what the fuck? Never mind. So you can watch my latest video, like, on the YouTube channel. Just a moment. Where the bro? I am lost on my own Discord server. Like, that's already a bad sign. We need to change it, bro. Like, this is too much. So yeah, this video. Everything you need to rank up fast in Valorant. Like, just watch that video. You know, if your goal is seeing a radiant like icon soon. Okay. Divi, let's see what you're doing on split with chamber. Just a moment. Defense points. Okay. But before that, let's look at the tracker. So when it comes to your tracker, okay, I mean, like, you deserve to be Ascendant 1. like you really deserve to be Ascendant 1. You were really stuck in this diamond dish, in some of these ranks, but we managed to escape them. Okay. In the recent months and recent years, you didn't really play Valorant that much. I mean, the only, you know, only for the last 3 months, you've been kinda grinding. I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, this right here is just nothing. But, you know, when it comes to your playtime, here, I think you could have gotten, like, Ascendant 1 much, much faster. And already right now, you could have been Immortal 1 without any problems. But okay, let's see this act, what's happening. Okay, we got into Ascendant 1 peak, and we dropped to 43% win rate. Yikes. Okay, listen. So when it comes to your ADR and KD, that's like whatever. Also, some of these mechanical stats are pretty good, like you're dealing damage. Like you're able to fight against these Ascendant players. When it comes to the ranked team play and solo carry impact, that's like 0 for you, to be honest. And I really can't wait to see your VOD. Like, what the fuck do you do, man? With almost 1.1 KD, you have only 43% win rate. Hello? Amount of your deaths during every match is also a bit criminal. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a bit criminal. Like, I'm like 100% certain that we can reduce your deaths by like 3 or 4 per match. When it comes to the main agents, as I already mentioned, you know, like, if you're already debating between Jett and Chamber, and you really enjoy and love playing these 2 agents, Jett is just a better pick overall. And you can use Chamber as a flex and fills on the maps where Chamber is really good. But let's take a look at your Chamber gameplay first before we decide, you know, which agents you should play and what you should do. When it comes to this, yeah, clutch percentage really low. We talked about that. First bloods, first deaths, okay, not bad. Last deaths, okay. You're trying to end up in these situations and try to control the outcome of your matches. Attacker side, oranges. Defender side, just not bad. Something is happening on your attacker side. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Like on attack, like your impact is not that good, not that big. Also, I really have no idea how with a Chamber you're 0-6 on Breeze. Now, literally, Breeze is the best map for Chamber. Like on this map, if you don't have at least 60% win rate with Chamber, like you're doing something fundamentally, horribly wrong. It's insane. On Bind, for an example, Jett is far better than Chamber. Like for example, on Bind, Haven, Split, and Corrode, I would recommend you to play Jett instead of Chamber. But on Pearl, Abyss, and Breeze, like, you should be able to have, like, I don't know, at least 60% win rate with Chamber in this elo and this rank. Weapon versatility. Loadouts, not bad. It can be better. You know, your pistol rounds are a bit 50-50, I'm not gonna lie. And your eco rounds, I mean, everything is like okay. Everything is okay. Like it seems that you're mainly struggling with your solo impact and closing out the rounds and matches rather than general performance. Weapon versatility, absolutely dog shit. You're literally playing Chamber and Jett. How do you have like 700 kills on Vandal and Phantom? And the third weapon is Bandit. I mean, Bandit is fine, you know, Bandit is very good in eco rounds and how by rounds, but where is the operator? Where is the outlaw? Where is the judge? Shorty? You know, what's happening with other weapons? They don't exist for you? you definitely need to start using more like of these cheesy weapons and becoming a weapon minister in Valorant. Like, just your grind, you know, your grind up to Radiant is gonna be like, is like 10 times easier if you master every single weapon in the game and you understand when and how to abuse every single weapon. 10 times easier compared to the player that is just using, you know, like Phantom, Vandal, and, you know, that type of bullshit. And it's not bullshit like you should use Phantom and Vandal, obviously. Just, there's a place and time for everything. Okay. You know, based on your tracker, I really don't see why do you undermine yourself that much. Act as a main character. You know, a bit of healthy ego is always good in Valorant. Not the bad ego, not the bad ego. So, you can reach Immortal easily. You know? Let's see what are your problems, let's see what are your mistakes, and let's start with a Splinter Cell. Just a second, so we don't need a dice cord anymore. Dice cord is off. Let's go on Splinter, allow cheats, and we're starting where? We're starting on the attacker side. Splendid. Amazing. I'm chamber main, and my second weapon on this list is the judge. Okay, maybe as a chamber main, judge should not be the second weapon that you use. but you know, it should be somewhere there. But yeah, like you know, judge on a defender side of split with chamber is just very fucking good. Very fucking good. Grandma to Immortal when? 50 gifted subs and I reveal my grandma. My grandma's account.
My ult is ready.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
Okay, let's start with predictions immediately. Do they win? Do they win the first round? The first one is attacker side. Let's go. Okay, Divi. So, we end up in a match of Valorant. And the first thing you ask yourself is, which map are you playing? What should you do on that map? What should we do with our team composition? And what should we do about the enemy's team composition? We need to find the solutions for this immediately, while you're in the loading screen. So, on split, default site number 1 priority, A site. Number 2 priority, B site. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, you need to persuade your teammates to play together as 5. Let's try the Fireman executes. Fireman A tower, B split, mid control, something together. You know, like we really don't want to play alone in the first 4 to 6 rounds and let our teammates do whatever the fuck they want. How do you persuade your teammates? Take the spike, start where you know, where you call the strategy, and just send it. I mean, don't send it, just, you know, tell your teammates you're gonna give them free Valorant points if they follow you up. Now, on the attacker side of split, it's very important that you analyze the enemy's team composition before you decide what you want to do in that specific match. So, right now, enemies have like a pretty terrible team comp on split on both attackers and defender side. Like this team composition, like if they lose this match, I mean, if you lose this match, what the fuck are we doing? First thing that we should be expecting, from chamber, we need to expect the aggressive peaks in the B main and A main areas of the map, and mid as well. In mid, we can simply jump spot this chamber and then fight him. And in A main and B main, we need to hold his peak for the first like 2 or 3 seconds when the round starts, and then we can play with our teammates. Also from Phoenix and Sky, you know, we need to expect the pop flashes, and we need to consistently play around our teleport, play around our teammates, and also take some cover for our eyes. Clove, whatever, Reyna, whatever, to be honest. When it comes to your team comp, like, you also have a pretty shit team comp on split, but, you know, we have Jet, which is far better than Reyna and Phoenix. So yeah, Jet is gonna be able potentially to take some space for us, and we can follow follow her up. So when it comes to these, you know, team comps, in the first round, it really doesn't matter where you go, but a much better idea is to, you know, just go A, together as 5, 3 rounds in a row, to create a bit more unpredictable pattern of pushing, and then in a 4th round, we can pull off some kind of a fake. Fake A, go B, fake B, go A, or let's just go B, you know, together as 5, and that's it. So against this team comp, like, there's really no reason to touch the mid area of the map early on. Really no reason. Like, we can just do fireman executes A, fireman executes B, see how that works, how that goes. Can we counter the enemies? Are the enemies countering us somehow? Is that too hard for us? But also, you know, I guess this team composition, they also have nothing to defend the mid area of the map as well. So if our fireman executes are not working onto A side, A tower, and B, we can just opt in to take the mid control and split A set and B set through mid. Like, this would be a very simple, very default match on split for you. Now, in the first round with Chamber, on the attacker side of split, I would just advise you, you know, a few buy options. Option number 1, classic light shield, 4 headhunters. Option number 2, classic light shield, 2 headhunters and a trademark, if you don't have any others. XQC. If you don't have any other sentinels in your team. Because we don't have any other sentinels in our team right now, we need to buy a trademark, we need to put it right here, and we're sending it onto the A site. Now, why should you play with a classic light shield and 2 or 4 headhunters? Split is a very claustrophobic map. Like, most of the fights you should be taking are some kind of medium range and close range fights. Especially because we have Jet in our team. Jet can easily take the space for us. Someone in your team is anyways gonna die with a Ghost, Bandit, or Sheriff. You're just gonna pick up their weapon and be a Juggernaut in that round. And 2 headhunters are more than enough to take at least 1 kill for your team. So let's see what we're gonna do. Our team is gonna go A. Very good. Very good, very nice. Now, Bandit... Bandit in a first round, I mean, okay. You know, if you really, really love Bandit, and you enjoy playing with a Bandit, you can do it. But just in the first round, like, especially on split, Bandit is just dog shit. Literally, it's like whatever. You know? Like, Ghost is still far better than Bandit in the first round, especially on a claustrophobic map such as Split. And, you know, 2 or 4 headhunters are a bit more valuable than having a Bandit in the first round of Split. But if you enjoy playing Bandit, who am I to stop you? You know, who am I to stop you? It's not bad. You should put this trademark every single time you go A. You should put this trademark every single time you go B.
That works.
And that's it. Okay. Now listen, like, when you're holding this early peek from the enemies in the A main area of the map against the pop flash agents, you know, such as Sky and Phoenix, you should always hold it from the right side like this. Why? Phoenix is gonna curve his flash like this. You dodge it. Sky is gonna curve her flash like this. You dodge it. And, you know, when they go for a peek, we send them to the grave, to the afterlife, and now we can push. We can push. Very horrible start of this VOD review, I'm not gonna lie. Like, immediately in terms of your team play, in terms of your mindset on the attacker side, we struggle a lot. So, number 1 mistake. How we held this angle. Number 2 mistake. You're letting your teammates path and scale up in front of you, from you, way too much. Already now, you should be running towards this angle, jump spotting it for your Reyna, and getting ready for the execute. Okay, we have smokes, let's go. interesting trademark. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's okay, you know, like, you know, using a trademark like this it's not bad, but whatever. How did Phoenix destroy our teleport? Like, what the fuck?
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
This was very good. This was very good. Like basically, you know, you cannot run through that Molotov. Like, basically, like, you know, Phoenix Molly deals a lot of damage. You cannot support that Reyna at all. Like, especially because we lost a bit of our time to place the trademark for our backs. Yes, like, you had to... You should have focused on playing with your Reyna and Sky, because Sky is literally sending the spike directly onto the A site. So, yeah, you know, solid decision making, not bad.
One enemy remaining. Down.
Very good, very nice.
I have the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, first round, as per usual. You know, this is why the 5-man executes in the first round are the best. Like, literally, you have the absolutely highest chances of winning this first round if you just do a 5-man execute in a meaningful area of the map based on the enemy's team composition. Literally, like, you know, you'll have like 70 to 80% higher chances of winning the first rounds if you just, you know, if just the whole team plays together with all of the utilities and abilities that we have at that moment of time. Okay, good first round. Not bad. Now in the second round of split, listen, like, if you already saved the bandit from the first round, get the heavy shield, get the stinger, get 4 headhunters, and get a trademark. You literally have a weapon for everything. Literally everything. Every single fight that you can take on the attacker side of split. Now, on split, like, whenever you're playing against the enemies that are playing some kind of an eco, halberd, or bonus round on a defender side, you just want to completely avoid this area of the map. Like, just tell your teammates to do a 5-man push on A or a 5-man push on B. But a 5-man push on A is like 10 times better against the enemies that are playing an eco and halberd round on a defender side of split. Especially because in the first round we pushed A, and we can just push A like 2 more rounds in a row, create a bit, you know, more unpredictable pattern of executing the sites, of doing the strategies, and fully testing the enemies on the A set as well. You know, like, if you push the A set 3 rounds in a row, you'll get enormous amount of info when it comes to the enemy's utility usage, positioning, and setups that they like to use on the A side. Let's run it down A. Prediction, yeah, I have Twitch coin goblins in the chat. Holy shit. Like, guys, you watch, like, what the fuck? 86% of you thought he was gonna win. People are stream sniping me. I mean, VOD sniping me. Yeah. Okay, do they win the 4th round, the first full buy for them? Let's see. Nice aim, but that trademark threw me the heck off, not gonna lie. I mean, listen. Like, putting the trademark here is... It's not a bad idea. Like, it's okay. It's fine. Because anyways, if enemies wanna flank on split, all the way from B or mid towards the A side, but they need like 15 to 20 seconds for that shit. Minimum. So putting this trademark, if you're just doing a 5-man push on A, it's not a bad idea. Because it covers the ramp push, it covers the push from behind, it's fine. You know, like putting this, or you know, this shit right here. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay, adaptation. But just, you know, in the first round, like, I don't think you need to do that, but it's whatever. You're playing split. Very claustrophobic map. Very claustrophobic map. You have a bandit from the first round. And out of all of the weapons that Riot CCP gave you in this video game, you decide to play Guardian on the attacker side of Split. Are you crazy? Like, you're investing 2,250 credits to buy this shit on the attacker side of Split. Why? Like, why are we wasting so much money for this weapon? Yes, it's gonna give you a bit higher chances of winning the third round, maybe, but you still have headhunters, you still have a bandit, you're gonna have a stinger as well. You literally have a weapon for every single fight, no matter how enemies manage the economy in the next 2 rounds.
A gift.
Oh shite, I lost my pet rock.
Listen, this trademark, I don't really fuck with it, to be honest. Like, I see a lot of players doing a trademark right here. Yes, most of the time, enemies are gonna, if they wanna go behind you when you're going B, they're gonna go through the bottom mid and the B link. But still do it here, like this,
A gift.
just to be absolutely certain that, enemies couldn't do some kind of a flank through the spawn and just completely dodge the trademark. You can put it like, I don't know, like this for an example. Is this fine? Yeah, this should be okay. If you put it here.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, that's good. Now listen. You're pushing the B main area of the map right now. We need to expect the early aggression from the enemies again. Because the enemies have like 2 pop flash agents that usually love to curve their flashes around the wall. We need to hold the B main area of the map like this for the first 2 or 3 seconds. And then after 2 or 3 seconds, knife in the hands, and let's push with our teammates. How you hold the angles and how you position yourself heavily depends on enemy's team composition and agents they have. Well, not even Jesus Christ could have saved the jet. But a very good information. Very good information. So Chamber likes to play aggressively in the B main area of the map. He likes to abuse these early off angles. We can use this as an info in the future rounds. I don't know. Pushing B site in the second anti-eco round is just a bit criminal. Like taking the A tower and A site in this second anti-eco round is just piece of cake. Literally piece of cake. The gunfights are a lot cleaner. There's, less angles to clear, less crossfire positions and setups, less cheeky, bricky, cheesy strategies that enemies can use to fuck you up. It's just better, statistically.
Rotting smoke.
Literally, like, what you're doing right now, you could have done with a bandit as well. Literally, you could have just spammed. If you want to spam the enemies in the body that are eco, you can do it with a bandit as well, like.
Spike down B.
Okay, listen here. When you're scaling up with Chamber, it's mega important what type of pathing you follow. Like, yes, you have a teleport to escape any shit situation in this video game, but still, you really want to use every single cover and every position that Riot Games gave you on this map, on every map, basically. So here, if you're going onto the B site, 99% of times, you want to reach this pillar as your main objective. Like, basically, as you're going out, okay, we can take, these fights, but you want to escape this crossfire, this additional crossfire area of the map, and get into a position like this. So you can fully lock yourself onto the site, onto the back site, and slowly start scaling out together with your teammates. Like, you really don't want to find yourself here. You're fully exposed from enormous amount of different angles and different type of peeks that enemies can do. They can peek you from the rafters, drop down. They can peek you from this angle as well. They can peek you from the backside and from this position as well. Number 2, enemies have like 3 pop flash agents.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Emmanuel! Thank you for the tier 1 sub, man. Enjoy the playbook. Enjoy the playbook. Now, enemies have 3 agents with pop flash agents. Pop flashes. Phoenix, Reyna, and Sky. Do you really want to be here, wasting your teleport because you got flashed? No. We just want to scale out further and together with our team. You know, like, take some safety for our body. Get here, or get here, and we can safely engage the enemies and isolate them in some meaningful fights. The next thing, when it comes to your mechanics, like, you're just kind of shooting based on your feeling. Slow down a bit. Like, you really need to focus more on precision rather than your speed at this moment of time. Like, you literally don't... You play a one-tap weapon such as Guardian, but you don't give a shit if those bullets go to the body, head, legs. Slow down a bit. 2 precise body shots, all of these enemies are dead because they don't have a heavy shield. 1 precise headshot, enemies are out of the server. You panic a lot. We need to fix that problem.
Spike down. B.
Now, listen, taking this extra fight with the enemy Sky was actually totally fine. Generally speaking, like, with, you know, one rule that you always follow with the chamber is that if you didn't use your teleport to take a fight with an enemy, you could have done something better. And you generally want to use the chamber's teleport to either take some extra space for your team and for yourself, or to take some kind of a short, small fight. Just for the information and potentially to get a kill. You know, like, you get in a fight, you go for 1 bullet or 2 bullets, reset yourself. You go for 1 bullet, burst fire, reset yourself. But of course, you know, if you have 1 teammate here, 1 teammate here, and there's like 3-4 enemies engaging you at that moment of time, you need to take those fights. We're playing on a refrag potential. You cannot teleport away, you know, and then 2 of your teammates die, and you end up 1 versus 4 or 1 versus 3. So this is one of the very rare case scenarios where, you know, it's okay that you didn't use your teleport to reset yourself because you need to fight with your teammates. Now, so far, as already mentioned, on a macro level, I don't love what the fuck we did here. Like, most of your problems in ranked solo queue, when you're playing like in low elo lobbies, even in medium as well, is what you do on a macro level. And what type of patterns you follow, how you play that specific map with and against specific team composition. And this is mega easy to fix once you get my playbook on Discord server and you just apply all of the strategies and tactics, and that's it. Like, just watch the free VOD reviews on the second YouTube channel. Like, the thing is, pushing B-side on split in a second anti-eco round is just a suicide. Or pushing the mid area of the map, or defaulting. Why? Like, you expose yourself to so many close range angles, to so many like crossfire setups, like to so many dangers, instead of pushing through a bit more cleaner area of the map, where you can easily isolate the fights with the enemies and do the execute with the team comm that you have. It just makes absolutely no sense. So, in the first 4 rounds on the attacker side, lead your teammates a bit more, tell them what to do based on the team compositions, map that you're playing, and economy as well. That's it.
Here.
Bullet.
We still won the round, but you didn't win it. You did nothing. Yeah, I mean, like, listen. When it comes to equal rounds on the attacker side with Chamber, you pretty much now have, like, two options. You can get a Bandit. You can get a Bandit. Even with Chamber. If you think you'll be fighting more in, you know, close range, medium range fights, such as on a map such as Split. But, you know, at the end of the day, getting 5, 6, 7, 8 Headhunters is the best option that you have on the attacker side, so yeah. Now this teleport, I'm really curious what is this for. I'm not gonna lie. And also, in this third bonus round, once again, we should be playing together as 5, doing a 5-man execute. And this time, we should do it on the B side. Why? To cut the pattern a bit. But why the fuck in a Ascendant 1 lobby we're following the AB pattern, man? But these you know, don't get me wrong. Ascendant players are also the players that don't use their brain often. You know, most of them are just on the edge of raging, trolling, and being depressed. But we need to respect a possibility that now the enemies thought like, in the first round they went A, second round B, now they might go A again. And that more of the enemies are gonna play towards the A side. Let's do 5 and push B again. It's a bit more unpredictable. Rather than instantly going on, you know, doing something different every single round. And also, we need to tell our Clove, they, them, does this, deine, eine, meine. Can you please play with us? Let's try to win this round together. Anyways, we have a bit of an economy disadvantage. Let's try to refrag each other. Let's try to use, you know, these teammates that have, like, Vandals and Bulldogs to get a few picks, open the site, take some space. But listen, man, like, you know, in this round, like, you should just get a light shield, trademark, and you know, the rest of the money goes into Headhunters. And you make sure that in the next round, you can get a Vandal or Phantom with a heavy shield and trademark. We could have bought one more Headhunter, you know, like, 6 is better than 5.
That works.
How you hold the angles and how you position yourself in Valorant heavily depends on who you're fighting against. Now listen, when should you, like, stop holding this angle? As soon as your teammates go for this type of a peek. Just run it down and, I mean, don't run it down. Just connect with them as soon as possible and play with them. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
Teleport's gone.
What the fuck is going on in this video game? How is this Molotov breaking this trip, this teleport? The Molotov is not that big. What the hell? I mean, not your fault. Like, I've never seen this in my life, that this Phoenix Molly is gonna destroy a teleport there.
Got the spike.
But, we're making a bit of a mistake here. So, listen. If your teammates don't wanna, like, you notice when you're scaling out towards A side, that your teammates don't wanna fight through the A main area of the map. They don't wanna go onto the site. You need to run Forest and support your teammates on the ramp and A tower. And anyways, right now, you should not be using this teleport to fight the enemies, but instead you should be using this one. So that we can fight enemies on the ramp, so that we can fight enemies on the tower and rafters as well. Like this TP you use when you don't know if your teammates are gonna go onto A site. If you think that your teammates are gonna go ramp or A tower, or if that is the plan. And this teleport you use when, you know, your primary goal is just to go A. And to potentially take this type of fight. Immediately.
Teleport's gone.
I got the spike.
One's gonna be rogue.
This is really bad, man. This is really bad. Like, your main job is always to support your most aggressive teammates. And to try to scale up with them. Or teammates that are doing something useful for you. Jett is very useful in this round. Like, she's literally taking all of this space. She's playing face on. You know? Trying to do something. We should be with the Jett right now. And we can hold this peak. Potential peak from the enemy Phoenix or an enemy through the smoke. From the ramp. You don't need to hold it from this position. And anyways, we also have a Skye that is playing super passively. And that should be her job, not yours. So right now, like, you know, you literally wasted... In the last 10 seconds, you did nothing, to be honest. Like, everything that... Like, what you should have done in this round is just this. Hold this angle. Skye does a flash. Nobody peeks. Let's go. Let's peek the ramp. Peek the tower. Jumps for the enemies. Aha, my Jett is going there. Bam. Let's get onto this angle. Be ready to fight there. Hold the potential peek through the smoke. Aha, Jett is taking a fight. Let's take that fight. Aha, Phoenix is peeking. Let's fuck him up. Jett wanna go deeper. Fuck the smoke. Let's play deeper with the Jett and let's try to reconnect with her as soon as possible. Good kill, but the same kill you could have got from the ramp as well, while supporting your most aggressive teammates that have the highest chances of dying.
Spike down A.
I'll come back.
Not your best.
Like, you know, this is why I said that in this third round, it was a 10 times better idea to go B. Like, right now on the A side, there was Skye, there was Phoenix, there was, like, Reyna as well. Like, three or four players were defending A side in this round. What the fuck? And also, you really want to navigate your teammates a bit more in the first 4 rounds. Like, this Clove literally did nothing for the last 30 seconds. Zero impact. Let's just play together in the first 4 to 6 rounds. Tell your teammates that it's not a good idea to play alone yet. We don't know how enemies are playing. We don't know how fast they're rotating. They're kind of stacking the bomb sets as well. Like, in all 3 rounds that we in previous 2 rounds that we played, there were like 3 or 4 enemies defending A site and B site. Try to persuade them to play together.
Not your best.
Enemy spotted A.
No, both our one screens won't have it. Wait,
You know, if you were this like composed and this steady when you're shooting with a Guardian and Headhunters, we can get many more kills in this game. Like with a classic pistol, you know how you were shooting these enemies. This was very good. You know, like very good one taps. You were thinking that, you know, you need to go for a headshot. Like, you were not rushing your shots out. But why do you rush your shots out with a Guardian and Headhunter?
Spike down A.
he's sealed up.
Last player standing.
My dude, our club, did this whole flank and lurk just to get 1 kill and to end up in a 1v1. Just don't flank, don't lurk, don't play alone in the first 4 rounds. Just play together. Literally, this round should have been over like 15 seconds ago.
No, both are one screens, one heaven. Wait,
Wouldn't get out of
Okay.
Sky.
Okay. Already in the round number 4, you need to have some information. How are the enemies playing? What should we expect from the enemies? And how are they positioning on the map? So, one thing that we know is that Chamber really likes to play, is playing B. The last 2 rounds he played on B, we can just say that he's probably going to be playing B site and anchoring B site and B tower. So we need to expect, you know, the aggressive peak from the enemy Chamber and him playing on some kind of an off angle right here. Second thing that we know is that Sky is definitely the A player, and she's going to be using these early flashes for information at the start of every round. Phoenix is also the A player, while Reyna and Clove are just stacking either B or A, depending, you know, on your pattern of pushing that you developed, which is kind of stupid. So right now, in this 4th round, you already gathered every single info that you need to win the first full buy round. All we have to do is dodge the Sky flash and do a slow push onto the A site. Get onto this position and explode. A round is over. Especially because you develop the AB pattern of pushing early on, and I'm 90% confident that there's going to be minimum 3 or even 4 players
Surprise, motherfucker.
defending B tower and B set right now. Comment on Silver. Thank you for the Prime Gaming Summon. Enjoy the playbook. Also, listen. When it comes to the Chamber's ultimate, as soon as you get the Chamber's ultimate and your economy is not stable yet, use it. We can maybe build up, I don't know, 3 Chamber ultimates, 3 free operators in 1 half. Use it. It's okay. Use it as a main weapon right now. Get the ultimate, get a heavy shield, get a trademark, get maybe like 4 headhunters and some secondary weapon. Like maybe bandit, stinger, bandit, something like that, you know, like something that you can use for both close range and medium range. You're a weapon minister. You should be saving the economy for yourself and your team. Why the fuck we play with a Vandal in this round? No reason to. And we want to build up this ultimate as soon as possible again and again. I don't know why you're moving so much. Like, all you have to do when you're, like, holding the aim in and beam in area of the map is you either do this, or this. And in the beam in area of the map, all you have to do is either hold it like this, or like this, to punish the enemies and to push them back and to potentially kill them. Right now we should be holding this angle in this way, because enemies have the Phoenix and Sky Flash.
blocking sight.
I can't.
Also, I wanted to mention that your crosshair is a bit too high for this angle. You know, lower it down a bit. Like, basically, you know, you can just just put your crosshair slightly lower when it comes to this box right here. Like, basically, the bottom line should be your crosshair placement for this angle. Bam.
Blocking sight.
So you don't need to do these micro adjustments, and you know, you can delete that Sky with one shot to the head.
Can't miss. That's a good spot.
Dogging.
Dropping
Phoenix
smoke.
on right, that's fine.
They're concussed.
Now listen, even though you're not a duelist, If you have a teleport and you have a recon ability in front of you, you should try to take more space with that recon ability. You know, like here, as soon as our Sky Dog was in this location, you should have been running it out and trying to take more space for yourself and your team. Anyways, like, you know, you're fully safe. Like this Sky Dog is gonna clear these angles for you and pressure the enemies there. You can just scale out onto the right side, focus on these type of fights, and take more space for your team. You end up in some shit situation, like, you know, enemy speak you or something like that, and you're not ready for a fight. I just flipped my mouse. You can just instantly teleport away and reset yourself. But also, whenever you have 2 or more teammates going through the mid area of the map, you should always play together with them. Always. They always have the highest chances of dying and fucking up the round for you. Also with Chamber, you know, like when you're doing like a 1-4 or a 2-3 split onto the B site, 99% of times you just want to use your trademark right here, like this. Basically a trial and trademark that is, you know, giving us the info in the vents. Like you can use it basically on this cover. Bam. Enemies cannot come behind us like this. And we can just scale out onto the B tower together with our teammates and take the space. Safely.
They're concussed.
On that side.
Have one of these.
You should have played this round a bit faster and you know, with that Sky Dog, try to take a bit more space. You know, also what you can do, like, for example, if the Sky Dog or Sova drone, you know, doesn't reveal anyone here, 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 and here, you can maybe on timing, while shifting, try to get some picks and try to surprise the enemies. Because when the enemies see a Sky Dog or Sova drone, they're gonna expect some kind of an execute, and a fast execute. And you can use the silence to your advantage. Because no one is gonna expect that a fucking Chamber is walking out with a Sky Dog, and no one else is making footsteps or going out to the choke point.
2-2.
Bang up flash heaven.
1-2-2.
Okay, considering that, you know, none of your teammates are playing aggressively, we have a 5v3 numbers advantage. We don't need any space. Also, this team, you know, Clove, Phoenix, and Chamber don't have any abilities to fuck us up at the B side, back side, while we play the post plane, so we can just play passively and enjoy our life and our day and just play basic refrag game.
Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
My ult's ready.
I don't know. I'm really not a fan, like, I'm really not a fan of this trademark right here. Just put it like this. You know? A bit more closer. So the enemies don't have the option to jump onto this position and then wrap you. Just look at the minimap, like, you know, you're leaving this little gap right here that enemies can use to wrap you. If they do a flanking alert from A side, which sometimes, you know, sometimes is gonna happen. Like, we don't wanna risk it. If we can just change the trademark position for like 2 centimeters. If I have 4 hours for Valorant, how should I spend it? Play 2 or 3 ranked games. 2 or 3. Do like around 30 minutes of some aim training, warm-up. Like your warm-up can be aim training, basically, like around 30 minutes. And the rest of the time you can spend like learning something new. You know, practicing in a custom server, like doing some self-reflection, self-analysis, like That should be more than enough. You find it easier coaching people who played CSGO before. It really doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter. Because Valorant is a completely different game from CSGO. Like, the only thing that... The only advantage that CSGO players might have is, like, just a slightly better aim. At that moment of time.
Reload.
But once again, you know, every player is different. Every player struggles from different, like, issues and different problems, so... It really... doesn't matter. Okay, how many kills he's gonna have at the end? Prediction time. How many kills at the half? 12, 11.
Oh my god.
Yo, what's up, what's up, man? Well, what is this fight, man? Listen here. Like, early on, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, like, kills don't matter to you. Like, how many kills you get, it literally doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we want to close out these rounds. We need to win them. We need to get some impactful kills to just, you know, win the rounds, and that's it. And also, we want to stay alive. We want to save as many lives as possible. Save the trees. Save the teammates in Valorant. And as many guns as possible for the rest of this match. Meaning that, you know, your main focus in the first 4 rounds is not only winning these rounds, it's winning them with the least amount of casualties possible. So right now, you know, if your teammates want to run down this Phoenix, yes, go with them. But when you're in this type of a situation, you know that enemy Phoenix is on the right side with a Stinger. Let your teammates speak first. Let your teammates speak first. And you just be ready to refrag them or to pick together with them or to fight together with them. You cannot be taking these type of fights first. Because number one, in ranked solo queue, I don't know if your teammates are gonna refrag you at all. You know, right now, there is a chance that both Clove and Jet die as well. And we lose 3 weapons for nothing. And number two, you really need to be more careful when it comes to your economy management. Because these type of kills mean nothing to you. Literally nothing. Even if you didn't have the ultimate. Fuck this Phoenix kill, bro. We want to save this Vandal into the next round and build a strong economy to snowball this match until the end of the half. Economy more than kills.
Team. Cheers, mate.
Merci.
Is this gold or Ascendant VOD review? Oh, my bad. I just fucked it up a bit, like. It's Ascendant 1. Now listen. This is also a really good round to use your ultimate as well. Why? Enemy Chamber has the ultimate. You know, Enemy Chamber was mostly the B player. In the previous round, we pushed B and we won the B for free, like this. He is probably gonna be peeking aggressively the B main area of the map. If an op peeks onto another op in the B main area of the map, the op that is holding this angle should win that fight 10 out of 10 times. Drop this Vandal to your, I don't know, Reyna or someone else and use the fucking ultimate. And just send this enemy chamber into the grave. Now, I don't know if the chamber is gonna do that, but it's a very good gamble, very good economy management as well, to save more economy in the future.
A gift.
bro.
You want to play?
Let's pray for a moment. For our dear friend Reina.
Play.
Drop in smoke.
Now listen. Whenever you're pushing the mid area of the map of split, I don't care if you play a Jesus Christ as the agent. You need to do this. Before your teammates swing this angle. Jumps for this angle. Get the info. Maybe the enemy chamber is holding an off angle, such as this one. Jump spot it, bait the shot from the chamber, get the information, because if your teammates swing like this, you better be ready to refrag them.
Here.
Ooh. Skydog means the Reina.
Time to hunt.
Chamber.
Time to hunt.
It's okay. A bit of an unlucky timing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the play that you wanted to do was totally fine. Totally fine. You know, this 1-4 split onto B side, okay, whatever. I'm just a hardcore believer that, you know, you really don't have to complicate your rounds in ranked solo queue if you don't need to complicate them based on, you know, team compositions, maps that you're playing, and economy and utility status. Like, brother, like, enemies have such a terrible team comp to defend the 5-man executes on split. Like, we really don't need, you know, any mid control, to be honest, like, to do the 5-man push on B, 5-man push on A, or A split. Okay.
Here.
Keep back. Keep.
We use
Players.
user.
Listen, like, if you're all with chamber, you always want to hold with yourself at least 4 headhunters. You know, like, that's like a bare minimum. So right now, if you're playing your ultimate with a heavy shield, you should get a trademark, 3 more headhunters, and shorty. For an example, it's okay. You know, it's a claustrophobic map. Maybe we can use the shorty to fuck up the enemy somewhere. But buying a shorty and having only 1 headhunter with the ultimate, you know, if you need to fight multiple enemies at the same moment of time, it's very important, you know, having an option to pull out that headhunter and, you know, take a few kills as well. Now, whenever you're holding this angle with the operator, first of all, always double zoom, double scope. It's easier to micro-correct, it's easier to hit a shot, it's easier to spot the very first pixel from an enemy there. Always crouch, like this, and hold the angle as tight as your reaction time allows you. And you place your crosshair towards the furthest peak that enemies can do. You know, you're holding the wide swing, like this. Enemy peeks you, you see the yellow outline right here, bam. There's no thinking, no micro corrections. That guy is dead.
Fucking dog.
Okay.
Doggy.
Now listen, like, if you're already pushing B main area of the map, or A main, or any main area of the map, by making sound, you know, like your jet just drop down, don't clear all of these common angles and off angles by just peeking them, or slow peeking them, God forbid. Just go, you know, run. Jumps for this angle, get the information about the enemies, place the teleport, go for a peek, go for the swing. And also, when you're clearing the angles, you know, slowly while shifting. You need to jiggle peek a bit more with a silent step mechanic. You know, I come here, a guy can play this off angle, I need to clear it. I need to clear this position as well. I need to clear this position as well. I need to clear these off angles one at a time. In and out, in and out, in and out. Like crouch peek to clear this position.
Found one. There's another. Reloading. Spike carrier.
Idiot
Spike
also.
down B.
Listen, man. Whenever you see some kind of a weird smoke from the enemy team, like this, and you're not playing in bronze and iron, expect that that smoke is meant for something. For some kind of a play. Or for some kind of a cover. Like, right now, when you were going onto the B site, like, it was very good that you were aware that one enemy might be in the smoke or at the backside. But when you started scaling out like this, and your jet revealed that there's not a single enemy here and here, your only job is to hold the left side and hold that smoke.
Found one. There's another. Reloading. Spike carrier.
I can't believe that the Phoenix with a Bucky got 2 kills.
Idiot
Spike
also.
down B.
He's ready.
Versatility.
Here. Catch.
Last player standing.
Back like I never left.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Okay. Okay, good refrag there. Good refrag. Everything that you did here was like totally fine, to be honest. Like this fight,
Idiot also.
Spike down B.
this fight very good. Very good, a very good kill. Once again, like, you know, while, you know, once you're reloading the bullets or when you're fighting the enemies, like, always try to take more cover for yourself. Like, you should have instantly repositioned behind the pillar instead of being overexposed from the B tower. Then, this repick was fine, but, you know, because enemy claw was there as well. Very good.
Versatility.
This fight with a Sky, we need to take it. We have a teleport. We have the ultimate as well. This should always be a free kill for you. Very good teleport as well.
Another versatility.
Last player standing.
Now, as soon as you teleported away, you should have picked up both trademark and teleport with yourself. Because both of these abilities might come in handy as we go for this clutch. To reveal the enemies, to deny certain positions, because we know right now that enemy Clove is somewhere here, and we know that enemy Reyna is on the tower. Now here, enemy Reyna scoots in. Okay, you know, like,
Last player.
it's totally fine that you were holding the left peak. Because most of the times, like, you know, when enemies hear the Clove ultimate, they're just gonna run away and try to dodge it and try to outmaneuver it. So it was a smart play to hold the left side.
Standing. One
We got a kill onto Reyna. So, we are 1 versus 1. You need to ask yourself, what the fuck did this Clove do for the last 15 seconds and she still didn't come out from the CT? Right now, chances are like around 70% that that Clove is on B tower and around 30% that she's still in the CT area of the map. So with that pre-assumption, we need to play this round. We need to pick up the spike, plant the spike safely, you know, behind this cover, and as soon as we plant the spike, we should expect that enemy Clove is gonna be here, or maybe she already might have dropped down silently, engaging us from the backside.
Enemy remaining.
Club is not there, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
What did you think that the club is there?
Drop in a smoke.
Like your club cleared the backside completely and deep CT. Like the enemy club can only be CT or tower. I don't know. I don't know why did you waste your time here. Like why did you waste your time clearing the backside? Also, you know, like when you end up in these 1v1 situations and you know exactly where is an enemy, like you should reset both of your abilities. Trademark can teleport as well. And you can just wait a bit. You know, give yourself some time to breathe and give enemies some time to overplay themselves. Here, for example, like, we can just scale up a bit, clear the CT, pick up the spike, and we can wait around 20 seconds to see if the enemy club is gonna make any move through the CT area of the map or through the tower. If club is nowhere to be found, we can just put a trademark right here at 20-second mark, plant the spike, and just play around the pillar, and that club can only engage us from the tower.
Never left.
Actually, that was...
Okay. The real death also, man. Phila, welcome. Why are you gooning, Pavito? Brother. Chat to bet stream is tomorrow.
Thank you.
Like, listen. Never feel pressured by time to plant the spike and pick up the spike. Like, always try to do the good play. Take it a bit slower, you know. Clear the angles, reset your utility, prepare yourself to plant the spike as well. Because in 1v1s, like, information is everything. Even clearing the deep CT after picking up the spike would have been a good idea. Because then we can maybe send it on A as well. Or then we can use our trademark for the B tower right here and go for a very safe plant. Take your time to clear the angles, gather some information, like to pick up that spike. Like you had like 50 seconds. Okay, 45, 46 seconds to play that 1v1. You don't need to, you know, immediately engage the enemy club. And a lot of times in these 1v1s, like, once you pick up the spike, enemies are just gonna overplay themselves. You know, most of the times they will go for some aggressive play. They're gonna pick you, like, they will make some stupid, you know, decision making. Now, this is still not the time to default or anything. Like, I mean, literally, the only reason why we started losing these rounds is because we started prioritizing mid. Against this enemy team comp, like, A is free. A tower is free. B is free. Like, enemies can only use their aim to outplay you and fuck you up. And considering how the first 4 rounds went, these enemies don't really, you know, give me any sign that they're like mechanical demons. Once again, the crosshair should be a bit higher, somewhere here, approximately, and align this wall with this wall here. Like, the more you default in these type of matches that are simple, where the enemies don't really have any, you know, strong agent on a defender side to repel and stop your executes, the less success you're gonna find. Like, you're just gonna lose more teammates left and right, lose more rounds. I really don't see a reason why are we, you know, taking mid at all. Or fighting on mid. Against Henry. Henry the Chamber.
That's a good
Ooh,
start.
no water anymore.
Enemy spotted A. Hawk out. No peeking. Blocking sight. Drop in a smoke.
100 on the right.
Enemy spotted A. Hawk out. No peeking. Blocking sight.
Your peaks are a bit, you know, horrendous. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like we made us a lot of noise in aiming area of the map. Wow, why are you Why are you shifting, bro? You know, from who are you keeping your location a secret when enemies already know that we're in the aiming area of the map? Drop that teleport. Your Sky gets a contact, swing out, try to get a kill. Jiggle peek these angles like a normal human being with a silent step mechanic instead of slow peeking them like this. And enemies can abuse the angle perception advantage to fuck you up.
Drop in a smoke.
100 on the right.
Okay, man, like, if you kill 2 enemies on the bomb site, yes, you should take the site still a bit carefully and clear as many different angles as possible, but I mean, probably there's nobody on the site right now. Like, one guy was rafters, we killed 2 guys on site, we heard the Phoenix Molotov on tower, and we know that Chamber is the mid player. There's nobody on site. You have all of the info to just run it down and take more space.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Like, you just should have scaled up into the bomb set a bit faster. Like, literally, as soon as you kill the Sky and enemy Reyna, like here, you had all of the info for this 2v3. We know that enemy Clove is in the rafters. We know that Chamber was the mid player. And Phoenix probably also played mid or B. You know, there's no way that 4 enemies were defending the A site with that type of a setup. Go, 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 go! Let's use the smokes, you know, as a cover to take the backside control, to clear the whole site, and to play the spike.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Pulling out the shorty here is really not a smart play, because only God knows how the enemies are gonna play here. You don't really have the info for shorty. Pulling the headhunter would be okay, but anyways, like,
Spike
You know.
down A.
enemies here know that you're at the backside. One enemy made the footsteps here in the screens. You have plenty of time to reload this weapon and to take the fights with these enemies. Like, right now, taking this 1v3 with the shorty and headhunters, not really, we're probably not gonna win it. Like, you're not keeping any information a secret right now. Enemies know that you're in the elbow, at the backside. Reload the weapon, let's take the fights.
It seems
But the biggest mistake here is like default, like we don't need mid control. We don't need any map control. We just need to take A tower, A set, and B set together as 5. Second mistake is like I don't know why you're slow clearing the angles when your teammates already make the sound and footsteps. You should just be either jump spotting the enemies, swinging out with a teleport, or jiggle picking, you know, slicing the pie. You kill 2 enemies on the A side. We know that 1 more enemy is on the rafters. We know that chamber is mid. There's no way that 4 enemies stacked in the full around the A side with 4 players. Or at least, we need to pre-assume that A set is probably clear. In a 2v3, we need to take space a bit faster before the smokes drop down and try to plant that spike, you know, as soon as possible and get ready for a 2v3 post-plant. Yo, Arya, also, man. Brother is typing in all chat. The thing Ghost is still a valid option in first buy, yeah. Why not?
I've got your trail.
Listen, the enemy Sky did the ultimate. Your Jet is making a lot of noise. Let's go. We need to go. Enemies now have all of the info that we are A. Let's just do the execute.
A gift.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
You're dead.
27.
They hit nobody.
Once again, we cannot support the Jet, obviously.
Better than me. Shoot.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Last player
Wait, the smoke.
standing. Spike down A.
You just need to play a bit faster with your teammates, you know, like just run it down a bit more and try to connect with their buttholes and anal cavity in order to refrag them.
Wait, the smoke.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Like here, for example, as soon as you killed the enemy Phoenix ultimate, your next objective is what? To support your teammates on tower and ramp. Like, only God knows what's gonna happen around this smoke. You know, your Sky can be pretty safe. She doesn't have to take any fights. But your teammates that are ramp and tower, they always have really high chances of dying. And anyways, like, you know, on split, if you take the A tower and A ramp, your chances of winning that round are like at least 20% higher.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Last player
Wait, the smoke.
standing. Spike down A.
Okay.
I got
Also, listen, man, like, if you notice that enemies are stacking the bomb sites and they're rotating super fast, it's time to fake. You know, like, in this match, doing a fake at least in 1 round, or at least trying that strategy in 1 round would be a good idea. Because enemies are literally rotating on the first contact. Tell your Sky and Reyna maybe to send it A, while you, Jet, and Clove are slowly taking the B main area of the map. Or the opposite.
the spike.
Once again, like, you know, if your Jet is mentally disabled and she doesn't know, like, what does playing on sound and contact means, and she makes a footstep like this in a B main area of the map, where the enemies can hear her from the B main, backside, and tower, we just go, you know, you run towards this angle, jump spot this angle, get the info, be ready to support her.
Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Could be backside. Flash your backside.
Blinded. Reloading.
Close left.
Flashing again.
Hawk out. Reloading.
Listen, as soon as you leave your teleport and you know that you're not gonna use it again, reset it. Just take it back. And also you should take back this trademark as well, because, you know, this trademark is not gonna be useful for anything in this round. Let's walk to man.
30 seconds left.
One minute.
Spike down mid.
I have the spike.
Got him.
Here.
Reloading.
Go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast.
10 seconds left.
Onside, onside.
Listen. One thing that you really struggle with quite a lot is that it seems that you're autopiloting a bit. Like, you're really not gathering any information from the rounds that you're playing, or you're not respecting information that you're getting overall. Like, for example, first of all, like, you need to scale up with your teammates a bit more and a bit faster. Like, you need to connect with their butts so that you're able to refrag them and fight together with them. Like, your Sky cannot be here and you're holding this angle from this position. Get a bit closer. So as soon as the Sky gets onto this angle, where she can dive from the vents, you can swing out and support her. Now,
10 seconds left.
you ended up on the B site. How do we forget about the Sky? Like, I know we don't have that much time, but here, you should just drop this spike towards your Clove, and you are the one that is searching for this Sky and trying to protect your teammates while they're planting the spike, while the Jet is hopefully gonna hold the B tower push. Now, you also asked me, you know, when is it okay for you to play alone? These type of matches are also one of the games where it's totally fine for you to search for some solo picks. Like, for some reason, our Jet is mentally dented. Like, it seems like Jet already gave up. She's just dashing in alone, her executes are shit. For some reason, like, we all gave up a bit. You know? This is the moment of time for you to make some solo play. It's the round number 9. We have a lot of information about the enemies. They're rotating super fast. They're leaving position super fast. So now we can play away from our teammates and pick a really good moment of time to backstab and surprise the enemies. So, in this round... we're doing a fake.
Oh, wait, hold on. You might be talking.
Okay, doing the fake as well was good. As I already mentioned, like, in the previous round, doing the fake is a good idea in this type of a match. Like, enemies are rotating super fast, leaving position super fast. Like, we can either lurk up in this match and pick some good timing through B-man, A-man, or mid to kill the enemies and backstab them and surprise them. Or we can do a fake. Just, whenever you're doing a fake in ranked solo queue, you should never be the player that is faking. Ever. You send your initiator to fake because, you know, this guy has 2 flashes and a dog to sell a fake. You tell your controller to give your teammates that are faking 1 smoke. And you send, like, one, you know, most useless teammate to fake in that round. Like, either Reyna or Jet, it doesn't, duelists basically, to sell the fake. But you selling the fake while you're relying on your Jet and Reyna to pick the perfect moment of time to scale up and take the aim in and ace at space. Crazy. Literally crazy. Because during these fakes, like, it is 10 times more important what players that are not faking do rather than players that are faking. Players that are faking just need to send it. Just go. Just take the space. You know, go out. Do utility. Take some fights. Players that are not faking, they need to pick a really good moment of time to start taking space based on sound, based on contact, based on minimap information. Do you need an editor? No, I already have a my editor in the basement. I need more free time to make YouTube videos. You know? Like, that's what I need. I need to do less coaching and more YouTube videos.
No
That's a
vengeance
good spot.
would come back for worse.
Okay.
Never mind, we're just we're actually not doing what I thought we're doing. Listen, if you have two teammates playing in mid, always play with your teammates in mid once again. Especially if those teammates are carrying the spike, this round is already over. Like, you know, Chamber is really good. Chamber is really good at, you know, taking the mid control. Because this trademark holds enormous amount of power
A gift.
on the attacker's side. Like, you clear such a valuable, you know, you hold such a valuable lurking position from the enemy team, and, you know, with full confidence, you can just focus on taking the B tower without ever worrying about your ass.
Time to fight. Watching this spot.
Well,
Dropping
rafters one.
smokes.
There is trip close right.
Cutting their vision.
One rafters, one back.
Reloading.
Listen, I don't know why you're scared from the trips. So, your Sky Dog revealed that no one is on the left side,
Watching this spot.
and no one is at the back side, and on the actual site. Like, your Sky Dog literally cleared and gave you the info that no one is here. At all. That enemies are either CT, backside, or in this position. But isn't there a better agent that can, based on that information, just swing out, take this fight, bait out the trip as well, and potentially get a kill and make an opening? Why the fuck are we scared from one little trip that just reveals your location and tags you, when you already have a teleport to get a frag like this? Like, those are the timings that you're missing to get the kills. Like, even if you're not playing a duelist, you can scale up with this Sky Dog, take space for your team with a teleport. You had every information to go out and to have a good crosshair placement and to be mentally and physically ready for a fight. You can only fight the enemies on the right side. Right here. There's not any other position that your Sky Dog didn't clear.
Well,
Dropping
rafters one.
smokes.
There is trip close right.
Cutting their vision.
One rafters, one back.
Reloading.
Smite Outlaw! I also got a Smite Outlaw in the night market. Didn't check mental health day today. It's not called like that. It's called Ascendant and Immortal Day.
Spike is down. I have the spike.
That's
Spike
one
down, B.
How do I tell you?
Like, you need to use, you know, these timings a bit more to take space for your team, potentially get the kills, and give your teammates confidence to go out. Like, I cannot believe that Ascendant 1 team is scared to go out through the beam and choke point because of the chamber trademark. They're behaving towards the trademark like they're playing against the full Vice setup on the B side. But the problem is, like, you can lead the charge. Because in every round, you know, listen, let's pretend that your Sky was not using a dog and we were not getting any information. Even then, even in that case scenario, if you already have 4 teammates ready for the execute, just go out. You know, try to make a pick, why not? Like we can destroy this trademark and use the teleport as a bit of a recon tool, as a tool to give confidence to our teammates to go out, and as a tool to maybe get a pick. I don't know why you're so scared. And also, if your teammates start playing like this, like they're not going out through the choke points, they're just fully passively there. They're scared from the chamber trademark. It's time to play alone. It's time to pick some timings to fuck up the enemies in mid, to maybe get some good timing to lurk up through the A main area of the map, onto the ramp, onto the A tower, and try to backstab the enemies. I don't know, like we play the first 3 to 4 rounds pretty okay, I'm not gonna lie. And then for some reason from the round number 5, like all of a sudden we're pretending like the enemies are a full-on Leviathan, full-on Cloud, fuck the Cloud9, like 5 Aspas are playing against you. What's going on?
Last player standing.
Okay, you know, in this round, if our teammates don't want to follow our plans, if our teammates don't want to fake, if our teammates don't want to do the right play, it is time to play alone. You cannot lurk through the beam and area of the map, because in every round, the enemy chamber is placing the trip for the beam and area of the map. But, you know, while our teammates are applying the pressure in mid, maybe we can pick some good timing to lurk up through like ramp and rafters, and try to take more space for our team. This teleport is such a nonsense. Like, basically, when it comes to using the chamber's teleport, when you're going B, you use this teleport. Most of the time. Occasionally, you can put it here, like this, if your main idea is to take more space onto the right side. Now, you're pushing mid. Jumps for the enemies, and if you want to peek enemies on mid, put the teleport there, and then go for the peek. You have a teleport for the male, top mid, for this angle as well, and all the way onto the B tower as well. Now, you're pushing mid from the sewers. Most of the times you can just, you know, clear the mid without using a teleport, and then just use it in this position to scale out and take more space. You're pushing A side. You use this teleport when you know that your team is just gonna send it A, and we're just gonna push through the aim area of the map, and we wanna reach this position as soon as possible with a teleport. And you put it here when your teammates wanna fight for a ramp and A tower. Don't make up utility. You know, like, and just randomly do it. Like, these are the good teleports. When it comes to the trademark, like, you know, you're pushing A. Most of the times you should have a trademark there. But you can also use it here if enemies so sorry, not there, like here. If enemies like to fuck you up with a push from ramp when you're going onto the A site. Now, in mid, whenever we're taking mid control and you're doing like a B split or A split, you can just put a trademark here for the vents to take the B tower control for free. Or we can use it right here for the B tower if your idea is to go through the vents and take the A side control. And when you're pushing B, you just do a, trademark exactly right there. And that's it. Like, this TP is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you have a very limited range of you have a very limited range on the teleport to basically take more space and take more fights with the teleport. Well, once again, like I kind of hate that. I don't know. You need to base your gameplay more. Once again, like I'm talking about this even like yesterday, I did like a gold VOD review, and then I was talking about the same problems. But once again, you need to base your like pathing, your positioning, your scaling up based on what your teammates are doing. Like, you cannot be holding the knife in the hands when your Reyna is ready to swing out and your Sky as well. You cannot hold this angle when your Reyna is already here. Like, while you're holding that angle, you need to close the gap with this motherfucker. What if she gets in a smoke, puts a Leer, and just swings out and dies?
Smoke there. Gotcha. That would be dog.
Mala, yeah, sure. Sure. I checked the... Done. Join Discord server as well and hit me up through private messages. I'll give you a mod there as well. And give me your YouTube channel as well. I'll give you a mod on YouTube, like, channel. Thank you, by the way. There's some crazy human beings. I mean, human beings, like, less human, more beings, in the chat. Sometimes.
Fucker.
My ult is ready.
The hunt begins.
So yeah, like your team play can be just a lot better. Like, you can be scaling up a bit faster with your teammates, taking the fights a bit faster. Like, I don't know why you're waiting so much, why you're shifting so much, why you're keeping your location a secret so much when there's no secret at all.
Reyna's here.
Like I never left.
What?
And this round is the perfect example of all of these problems that you have. Like, your Reyna is here ready to take this fight. You're in the middle of the mid area of the map. Your teleport is shit. You put a trademark for the B main area, for the 5-man push on B, instead of using a trademark for the vents. Your Reyna is here. You and Sky are holding the vents peak. But fight with the Reyna, bro. Even if you were taking space only with the Reyna, you should be somewhere here, holding the vents, while Reyna is doing this. So that you're able to instantly swing like this and take this fight if Reyna fights there.
Fucker.
ult is ready.
Reyna's first.
Like I never left.
Listen, in Valorant, whenever you're fighting the enemies, always use every position and every angle to the maximum. Crisp to the maximum. Like, you always want to take the fights against the enemies by being as unpredictable as possible. Like, this is one of multiple reasons why you lose the gunfights in Valorant, and you know, like why even if you have good aim, you don't win that many duels. So for an example here, just a moment.
Wonderful. Me, I always look good. We are ready. My ult is ready.
30 seconds left.
Like almost every single angle in Valorant and every single position is a story for itself. Every angle in Valorant, every position you can probably peek or play in 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways. No 6, 7. So, you know that 2 enemies are in the vents right now. Enemies know that you're behind the box. Take the time while the enemies were here to silently drop down, reset yourself, and engage the enemies from a completely different position that they're probably not holding at that moment of time. Like, why would you right now hold this angle and fight like this when enemies already have the, you know, information that you're there, and they're probably holding this angle like this or like this? Be unpredictable. Be like a water. From who are you hiding? Enemies know that you're here. You just fought the clove there.
Like I never
They have a gap in the smoke that is this big, bro.
left.
Here, you heard an enemy engaging you. The worst thing you can do in Valorant is waiting for an enemy to peek you when you know that he's peeking you. Because that guy is abusing the peeker's advantage against you, and potentially the angle perception advantage as well if you're stuck in such a shallow position, such as this one. Like this Reyna, even if she is a gold player, she's gonna kill you here. It doesn't matter that you're Ascendant or Immortal. If you just hold this angle like this, she sees you 10 times faster. She has 10 times, you know, higher chances of killing you because of peeker's advantage and proper crosshair placement. Like, you hear this guy, you know, running there. You need to pick a moment of time to do this. Kill the Reyna. Kill the clove. Let's go. But once again, like, you know, if you had this teleport right here, you could have just, like, you know, take this fight and get out. But yeah,
Planted.
you're giving her the mod for free, brother. I just don't have any we you know, I would say that 80% of our community is pretty interesting, and I'm a bit scared to give anyone else a moderator. Like, Mala is one of the rares that's normal. I'm definitely talking about you. Definitely. Like, I cannot give you a mod ever, like. Lucifer is also a normal one. A normal one, like, you know? But then when it comes to some other people in our chat, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, we have special human beings, like, left and right.
Last player standing.
So, yes, let's go for a solo play. As soon as you notice the team play is not working, Your executes are not working. Strategies are not working. Your teammates are very bad at executing the sites. Play alone. You play Jet, play alone. You play Reyna, play alone. You play Chamber, play alone. You play Control, play alone. This is not strictly connected to Chamber. You know, this rule that I was talking about at the start of this VOD review. Any agent. Why would I continue doing the executes if my teammates are just mentally dented? And I'm anyways gonna lose the rounds. I might as well try doing something alone.
You want
This teleport here, I mean, it's fine. It's okay. You know, like, if you want to lurk up mid alone through the sewers, yeah, it's fine. Just do it here. You know, like this. A bit deeper. I mean, you have a teleport all the way here to clear this angle as well, and then move in.
want to play? Let's play.
I don't know why you're cucking yourself with these teleports. Like, why are you always shrinking them a bit and not using them to the maximum, and trademark as well? Now listen, this is a very special round. So basically, when you want to lurk up through mid, and your teammates are either B or A, you need to like use your trademark. What the fuck, bro? You need to like do the trademark like for the opposite part of the map where there's nobody. So for an example here, like you want to lurk up through mid, and 4 of your teammates are aim in. So you do this trademark. Bam. If your 4 teammates are B main, you want to lurk up through mid, you need to use this trademark. Bam. Like, right now, as you're lurking up through mid, who guarantees to you that one enemy maybe is not gonna push B main? I mean, they're probably not gonna do that in this match, like, obviously, like, but it's better to be safe rather than sorry. Now, you also picked up the worst possible round to lurk and flank and take some space alone. I mean, you have the ultimate, and with the ultimate, it would have been a bit better if you just fought in aim in, but okay.
Hopping main.
Dogging.
Here, you should already, you know, you should already be taking some more space for your team and yourself. Like, one of your team has died in aim in. We know that at least 2 or 3 enemies right now are A. Even though enemies are not making any sound, we need to start searching for a kill. And searching for more space.
I can blind out.
For a kill like this, for an example.
Like it.
That's right.
I got the spot.
That
You had your fun. Over here. My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Unknown.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Okay, how many kills he has?
Get
Can we press the tab? Fuck. 14, bro. Yo, Frost! Wanna do something after the stream, huh? Wanna fuck some bitches up? In Arc Raiders, huh? Wanna smack them? Huh? Think about it. Bro, today I was like... listen, Frost. Today I was at a dinner with Jack, Yak, you know? And we made a deal like... we're doing something this year, man. We're doing something this year. Like, we want to make some events in our country for CS2 and invest some money into that, bro. You're gonna be our main caster. You're gonna be our main caster, bro. Like CS2 and Valorant and League of Legends as well. So it's gonna be interesting year. He talks like this and then wonders why 80% of his community is so interesting. Now we can live in peace. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Okay. Listen, chat. Listen here. Listen here. Do they win the first round? Do they win the first round? Just a moment. Do they win the first round? Let's focus on the VOD. Let's focus on the VOD review now. Okay, so you know what's the problem of yours? On the attacker side, you should try leading your teammates a bit more on the macro level. Like most of the rounds, we lost on attacker side because of bad pre-planning. You know, bad early call-out. You know, start of the round call-out. We need to get better there. Dive deep into the playbook. Follow all of the rules, all of the conditions, everything. Pay attention to the enemy team comp. Like, enemy team comp can already tell you how you should play that match and what should you expect. That's the second point on the attacker side. You need to track a bit better the information that you're getting on attackers' side. Like, basically, you know, enemies were so readable in this match in terms of their positioning, in terms of how they played, how fast they rotated, what they were mainly controlling, how they were stacking the sites, where they were using their utility. Like, we could have created so many better macro and micro strategies as well, based on that information. Dodging the sky flash, then doing the fireman push, lurking in some of these rounds, like once you notice that enemies are just doing fast rotations, then you, like, you know, then like doing the fake. We could have faked at least one round. You would have sold it 100% and won the round. Then avoiding the AB pattern, rule of fear, rule of 3 executes. Like, you know, we could have sent the first 3 rounds onto A, do the fake, and I guarantee to you, you would have won the first 4 rounds like this. Now, you need to focus a bit more on playing a proper refrag game with your most aggressive teammates. You mainly struggle. You mainly struggle when it comes to proper scaling. Like, you let your teammates just wander a bit more away from you and pick some solo fights and just, you know, do whatever the fuck they want. You need to adapt a bit better to how fast they take the fights, how much noise they make, and also how many teammates you have mid, B min, A min to make better decisions. Who should you play with? Now, your setups on attack can be a lot better. We talked about that. You should be more aggressive when your teammates are pussies. So, why the fuck? Like, at the end of the day, just for info, so basically, you know, I don't know, why are we scared? Why are we scared, like, to do a 5-man push onto bomb site that is being defended by the trademark, and we have the info where the enemies are exactly at that moment of time? Why are we scared to take a peek with a teleport, to destroy the trademark, potentially get a kill, get additional information, and give our teammates some level of confidence to go in. Like, you know, Chamber's teleport, you know, Chamber's teleport, like, you can also use as a fake confidence information type of tool, you know? Like, for example, with a Chamber, on a lot of maps, and in a lot of matches, you cannot just put a teleport like this, and just swing out, and commit to fighting the enemies. Because most of the times you're gonna die. But you can use your teleport for some initial info, maybe getting one pick or one short fight, getting out, and by that time, you're probably gonna give your teammates a decent level of confidence to follow you in and to actually go for an execute. Now, you should go for solo plays when team play is not possible, or you see an opportunity to abuse some win conditions. You know, enemies are rotating super fast, your refinement executes are shit, your teammates are passive. Just, you know, play alone, it's fine. Like, lurk up, try to take more space, aim in, ramp, tower, mid. Try to get, you know, that pick on the Phoenix was really good on mid. And that's it. So yeah, like, you know, these are the most problems that you had on the attack. And the final one is like, you know, like a secondary problem. And that is like, you need a better economy management around your ultimate. Like, brother, like, you build up the ultimate, use it, buy the heavy shield, buy 4 headhunters, get a trademark, play around with headhunter and ultimate. Then we can build up. In this match, you could have built up maybe even 3 ultimates on the attacker's side. Maybe. Now, these are some of the problems. You know, we discussed so many other problems, but these are like, you know, the ones that stick to me the most during this attacker's side. When it comes to the general points, like, you definitely need better setups, better utility setups for different scenarios. You need to focus on better overall team play, and that those will be like general points that are probably going to be prominent on defender side as well. But let's see the defense now. You know, Split, highly defender sided map. Literally on Split, if you don't win at least 9 rounds, 8 or 9 rounds on a defender side, I don't know what the fuck you're doing on this map. It's so easy to predict the enemies, it's so easy to hold the choke points, it is very easy to play with the team as well and abuse the refrag potential. Your job on Split is the following. Split is a fast rotation map. You don't give a crap about anchoring the bomb sites or some bullshit like that. Your job is on the first contact between your team and enemy team to make some kind of a move. Rotate fast, take more space, do something. You know, that meme with a stick. Now, on Split, you don't give a crap about the B site and A site defense. What does that mean? That means that you're never willing to die alone trying to defend these 2 bomb sites. Never. Only in eco rounds and, you know, low economy rounds, that's okay, you know, to trade yourself for a few kills. Full buy rounds, pistol round. Try to get some picks by abusing your utility or some kind of a good setup. Reset yourself and play the retake together with your allies. Now, on Split, you really love the mid area of the map. And you really love the B tower and A tower control. So whenever enemies are splitting B or splitting A, always primarily focus yourself fighting here and keeping this control. Fuck the bomb sites. We can play retake on both A and B easily if we keep the numbers and we keep the A tower and B tower space. From the first full buy round, where both you and the enemies are fooled by, you should play semi-aggressively. Doing a various type of peaks in the B main, A main, A ramp, and mid area of the map to get early picks, early information, apply some damage, and then decide what to do next. We need that info. Now, first round of split, you always play A. Second round of split, you always play on B tower. Why? Because A set is a bit harder for retake rather than B set, and it's your default site. And why B tower in the second round? Because whenever enemies are like eco, hull buy, bonus, force buy, chances are a bit higher that the first contact between your team and enemy team is going to happen somewhere here, and we need to support our teammates on mid and B set as well. In the first round with chamber, but to be honest, like, you can really abuse a variety of setups. Like, you can play some classic shorty strategy, where you literally buy a shorty with a classic, light shield and one headhunter, or you can get a shorty and a ghost, or shorty and 5 headhunters with a classic pistol. You put a teleport. Just a second, let me pick this shit. You put a teleport for the elbow right here. I mean, it's not the elbow, it's the backside. And just at the start of the round, you tell your controller, hey Clove, if the enemies are pushing A, can you please give me the smoke on the ping right here? You hold this angle, try to kill one enemy, maybe try to destroy the enemy's Sky Dog and recon abilities, pick up the shorty, you get a smoke, bop bop, easy kill, TP away, reset yourself. Let's continue fighting more enemies or going back into CT. Option number 2, you can get a classic light shield and 4 headhunters and basically create some kind of a, you know, a regular schmegula setup. Like, you can put a teleport here, for an example, or here, like this. Then, we can just hold this angle first, try to kill one enemy. Then we can hold this angle, or basically peek the enemies again, try to kill one more enemy. And then, we can just fight the rest of the enemy team in the elbow, or just get the fuck away. So, really, the option is yours. Just in the first round, I will not buy a trademark because 95% of times in ranked solo queue, no one is going to lurk and flank in the first round, and enemies are most likely going to do either a 4-man or 5-man push somewhere. It's just a waste of money in the first round. So, just get, you know, classic light shield 4 headhunters, maybe get a classic shorty headhunter strategy, maybe shorty go strategy if you don't want to play headhunters for some reason. I don't know why would you do that. But as long as you play on the A side and you start on the A side by abusing some of these, you know, tight angle strategies, off angle strategies with the teleport, you'll be totally fine. Okay. Well, listen, this is just a way too passive start. You know, if you already want to play from the elbow, holy shit, bro, I'm balding, man. If you already want to play from the elbow, start the round by holding this angle and trying to get a kill here first. Just one bullet. Bam. Then, reposition here. From this position, try to get one more frag. Both of these angles are pretty safe to hold if you just, you know, stay for one bullet. And then, like, once you get into the elbow, we can use this teleport to swing the enemies and take the final fight. So we use 3 different gunfights, safe gunfights, to take a potential kill instead of instead of starting in the elbow, and this is your first and last fight. What the fuck? Also, if you already want to fight the enemies, okay, let's first see how this round is gonna go, but this is a terrible setup because you only get one fight. Okay, very good how you play this angle. Very, very good. Very good. Like, the Sky Dog only revealed the bomb site. Enemy has 0 info if anyone is elbow. Playing on this off angle and peeking on timing, you know, using elbow as an off angle rather than as a common angle, also very good. Taking this secondary fight is also good, as long as you don't commit too much. 1 bullet and TP away. Very, very good. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Your job is done. Now we play retake.
I have 1 flash. I can blind us out.
Very good, very good, very good. I don't know, you know, the reason why Classic is so good on this map is because most of the fights you're gonna fight are close range and medium range. So here, even if you have a headhunter, like, you should just fight with a Classic pistol in this range right here. It's just better, you know, you can just triple shot the enemies to oblivion and you have more bullets as well.
Spike planted. Enemy spotted.
And also, this peak was terrible. This peak was horrible. Like, whenever enemies can play multiple different off angles, common positions, like, you should never peek them like this if you don't have a teleport with yourself. And also, in this type of a scenario where you fight with your Reyna, like, you should mostly peek on the Reyna's contact. Like, you can just do this, reveal the enemies, wait for Reyna to get a contact, and just fight with the Reyna. Because in ranked solo queue, like, you never know if your teammates are gonna refrag you. Are they even gonna go for a refrag? And are they capable of refragging you at all? Like, this fight, for an example, was a horrible fight. And also, when you're going for the retakes, wait for the whole team to be ready for the retake. What's the problem? We have a 5v4 numbers advantage. Wait for the Jet, Clove, and Sky to get ready to scale out, and then we just fight together.
Spike planted. Enemy spotted.
Like, this whole idea of refrag potential, fighting with the teammates, proper positioning compared to what your teammates are doing, is really fucking you up a lot. A lot, on both attackers and defenders side. Sorry, I got mad that we lost this round. Like, this round should have been a W. And winning the first round of split on defender's side is mega important. Mega important. Just remember one thing. Like, in a round where you just get 1 kill and then you die alone, your solo impact was 0. You literally did absolutely fucking nothing in that round. If you didn't use that advantage to fight with your teammates on a refrag potential. 1 kill and a death. Nothing. Literally nothing. How many kills in the end? Now, second round of split, you should always play on the B tower. And if you lose the first round, I would just recommend you to do some kind of classic shorty setup. Like, right now, we have money to buy what? So, we should get a shorty and get 3 headhunters. So, basically, we lost the first round of split, no problem. We put a teleport right here, like this. We put a shorty right here. Start the round with a classic pistol. Bait the enemies. Destroy the Sky Dog. Pick up the shorty. Get 1 pick for free. And then we can continue fighting the enemies together with our teammates. You can maybe reload the shorty. And yeah. Now, playing on the Ascendant in this second round is a bit of a gamble, because the ranked players in Valorant really developed this stupid tendency where if they play with close range weapons, eco round weapons, halberd weapons, bonus weapons, like in this second round, they really love to go B and mid for some fucking reason, which is kind of stupid. And listen, in the first 4 rounds, you literally don't give a shit how your teammates are positioning. You always want to position in a way that's going to grant you the highest chances of winning the first 4 rounds. If we're stacking A side, okay, we're stacking A side. If we're stacking mid, we're stacking mid. Anyways, in an eco round, we need to abuse some kind of a strategy, setup, or tactic that that will surprise the enemies and potentially give us higher chances of winning this round. Also, this is a really bad setup. Like, once again, like, all of your setups and strategies, you need to adapt based on, you know, enemies' utility, agents, and team composition. Brother, if enemies have Sky in their team, if you want to play any shorty strategy, like, you need to destroy that dog first and bait it out. Like, what you can do here, you can just put a TP here, start with a classic pistol, destroy the dog, get a shorty, enemies are scaling up, reset yourself. Anyways, you know, one big weakness of the enemy team is they don't have a single dive agent. And against this team composition, from the first full buy round, we should be starting denying them the full space in the aim and beam and mid area of the map, depending, you know, like, where we think the enemies will go next. This was horrible. I respect, you know, I respect you getting the shorty and trying to do something out of the box and a bit more aggressive, but brother, like, if they have recon tools, like, you cannot get stuck in a position like that and expect to get a kill. You need to play some spot where you can either surprise the enemies, destroy the enemy's recon utility, and then pull out the big guns. Fabukas, welcome, man. Abu Faiz, welcome, brother. Fabukas said, you remember me. Yeah, bro, like, mein Führer. Wo ist das?
Joke's over! You're dead!
Oh, by the way, I kind of autopiloted, bro. I autopiloted a bit. Listen, so 2 rounds in a row, enemies pushed A site. 2 rounds in a row, they pushed A site. You went from gold to Ascendant, but I stopped playing. Why did you stop playing, bro? Okay, we use the rule of 3 executes. Chances are now much higher that enemies will go B or mid. Especially because enemies are playing a bonus round. So the second and third round, we should have played... Where? On the B tower. Also, like, whenever enemies have the Phoenix ultimate on the attacker side, you can expect some kind of a 5-man execute somewhere. And you can just rotate a lot. Just rotate. Just go.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Now, once again, like, your setups are also passive on a defender side as well. Listen, if you want to use this teleport to fight the enemies, why don't you start from the ramp? You know? Now we can maybe hide here, wait for the enemies to come up, bam, bam, take a kill. While you hold a common position with a teleport. Then position like this, bro, like, you know? Hold this angle. I don't know, like, you can play up here. Do this, brother. Okay, now we need to play with Reyna.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted B.
Cutting their vision.
I like how your problems are replicating on both attack and defense as well. What are you waiting for right now? You know, your Reyna is dropping down, getting a deep angle at the pillar and this box. You need to go down. We need to start scaling out. Team play, 0 points. Initial positioning, 0 points as well. But now you kind of know, you know, what you should change, you know, like basically in your positioning. Listen, when you're playing on a defender side, I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat this, but I'm going to repeat this until players, you know, start doing this. There are 7 initial rules that you use to read the enemies and position yourself on a map. Now, these rules you need to combine with a lot of the other stuff as well. Like there's some sub-rules, there's like different team compositions and stuff like that. But if you just follow the basics of these 7 rules, you will probably read enemies 20 or 30% more than what you're doing right now. Number 1, you position on the defender side based on the map that you're playing, which is covered in my ranked playbook. Like literally, I tell you exactly based on the raw data and raw tendencies of ranked solo queue players what has more chances to happen in the first, second, third, and fourth round. Second, enemy economy. Enemy economy will tell you where the enemies are gonna go like a lot of times. A lot of times. And your economy as well. Number 3, we have the ultimate status. You know, ultimate status can also tell you what might be the plan for the enemy team in that specific round. Number 4, AB rule. Number 5, rule of fear. Number 6, rule of 3 executes. And number 7, usual enemy tendencies. So basically, you know, like if none of these rules work during that specific match and enemies are just hyper-focused on just repeating the same play over and over again, then we just try to counter that play and that's it. But also number 8, if, you know, none of these rules work, you can simply focus on your teammates. Just focus with playing, focus on playing with your allies that are consistently dying, or teammates that are consistently aggressive. You taking space from the enemy team is never a bad idea. I mean, sometimes it's a bad idea, but supporting your most aggressive teammates is not.
Oh, this reminds me of this one time where I actually.
Okay, in this 4th round, yes, chances are really high enemies are gonna go A. Let's see the setup. So whenever enemies were going A, they were just running it down through the aim and choke point. And the Sky was using the dog to reveal you. Like on A set of split, you have enormous amount of setups with chamber. My brother, like, first setup. Like, you can put a teleport for the tower right here. If you're not certain if enemies are gonna go ramp or if they're gonna go like through aim in, then like, you know, with this teleport you can hold this angle, bam bam, you can try to get a pick, bam bam, TP away, reset yourself. With this teleport you can also play this position as a surprise angle. Yeah, you can just on timing peek the enemies, get a kill. You can also play initially this type of an angle And especially against team composition that is not using the flashes here and only the Sky Dog, there is a chance that you kill an enemy before the Sky Dog reveals you here. Then you can maybe play an off angle like this one, for an example. Now, other teleports. Like you can put a TP here, put a TP here, put a TP here. Any of these positions are good. Like you can take them as a, you know, some secondary or third off angle. You can start the round by maybe holding this tight angle, trying to get one kill. There. Then swinging out for another kill. Then waiting for the enemies to push in, getting another kill. Resetting into the elbow, taking another fight. If enemies have some big ultimates, with this teleport, you can bait out those ultimates as you're repositioning through the site. You want to play with the shotguns now. Again, we know that enemies go through the aim-in. You don't need to kill the enemies here. You can also kill them in the elbow as well, with a Bucky, Shorty, Judge, or here. And what you can do maybe is the following. Like, we can start the round by putting in the trademark for the tower. But by the way, when it comes to the trademarks, like this trademark and this trademark should be your like default two trademarks, depending which area of the map is not guarded or, you know, like least guarded. And trademarks on the bomb sites, such as this one here and this one here, you should only use like when no one is defending the A site and B site in that specific round. Now, this round you want to play with a Bucky, Headhunters, and with this type, you know, you want to create some shotgun setup. It's okay. It's okay. Like, you can just put a teleport right here, for an example. Start the round by holding this angle, trying to get one kill. Then destroying the Sky Dog with a classic pistol. Get at the backside, wait for the enemies to be here or here, pump them up. Then with the Headhunter, we can swing out, take one more kill and reset. Don't we need mid control? You play wherever you think enemies will go next.
I can only try.
Here. Here. Here.
Okay. So we asked from our club to destroy the Sky Dog for us. We are evolving. At least something good. I mean, like, this enemy team composition should not be able to do the executes. They have nothing to take the space. As long as we are stopping them in the A-man, mid, and B-man area of the map.
That's a good spot.
Enemy spotted.
They found my trap.
To be honest here, like, you should have played with your... You should have played with your club. Like, I just don't understand it, like... You know... You have none of your teammates playing on the A tower. None of your teammates playing on the A tower. And you do this teleport. Why? Did the enemies ever, in the last 3 rounds, fight for their A tower? No. They were just running it down through the A-main. Put a trademark here. Put some kind of an improvised teleport, maybe like this. So as soon as we get a kill in this position, we can TP away and play with our club. And potentially use the Bucky for another kill.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Here.
Thrifty.
Okay.
Teleport's ready.
Now in this round, chances are like very, very high. Very, very high. That enemies are gonna go B. We need to go B. We need to position for B tower right now. What the fuck are we doing on A side? And also, taking this as a first angle. Taking this as a first angle. When like enemies have a sky and so many flashes, not a good idea. What's happening in the chat? What are you talking about? Dedicated coaching. Brother, my coaching is not expensive because it lasts a month or 3 months or something like that. It's only expensive because it never ends. Like, players get like 24/7 lifetime support. Like, I cannot make them cheaper if I'm gonna invest on a daily basis on every player like 30 minutes or 20 minutes after the coaching. Like, every single player that bought one time, 1 month or ultimate coaching plan, like, they have like 24/7 support lifetime, as long as they want to use it. That's the problem, you know, because I'm a firm believer that doing coaching as a one-time thing, you know, one VOD review, is just not enough. Or 4 VOD reviews, or 6 VOD reviews. It's just not enough. Because there's different ranks, different elos, different problems. Players get hard stuck at different moments of time, depending on their skill ceilings. And you're just consistently forcing a player to buy more and more coaching. That's something that I was doing in the past. Like in 2020 and 21. Like, basically, I would do a 1-month coaching with a player, you know, maybe do like, I don't know, 6 VOD reviews, for an example. And that player is gonna go from, I don't know, Gold to Ascendant. But then he gets stuck in Ascendant, because it's a completely different type of players. Different elo, different rank, he developed different problems, he needs to buy coaching again. What the fuck? I mean, you don't need to buy any coaching, you have like a lot of the free guides, free VOD reviews, like, you know. Depends how much free time you have.
You want to play? Let's play.
Reloading.
That's broken.
This is what I was talking about. Like, this cannot be your starting position if enemies have like 6 pop flashes and Sky Recon Dog. And also, you should have started playing more aggressively from the first full buy round. Like, where both you and the enemies were full buy. Like here, you know, let's create some kind of a setup to pick the ramp and take this fight. Yes, I know Chamber has the ultimate, but you also have a teleport, and enemies are just running it down anyways. This is something that I mentioned at the start of this VOD review. Whenever enemies start executing A site, but they don't go through the aiming area of the map immediately, and they focus on the ramp, fuck the A site, just leave it immediately, and focus on keeping the A tower control. Why is the A tower and B tower control so important? Because once you lose this control, enemies open 1, 2, 3 additional choke points. 1, 2 as well. The problem is, like, you know, that's not that big of a problem to fix when the players know what to do. You know, when the players are established, they have a good mechanics, they have good like game sense, timings, and all of that. But the problem is, like, when you play in Ascendant with God knows who, your teammates can die on so many different timings. It's just insane. You should have gone onto A tower now, especially because you already have Sky that is defending the aim and choke point with your trip. Oh yeah, let's watch our teammates battle, you know.
Jumped in vents.
Spike down A.
Sky.
Okay, one guy went into the vents. He can go through the CT. But we need to prioritize playing with our teammates.
One enemy remaining.
Means clear, I think.
We heard the teleport from chamber somewhere. What the fuck?
Teleport's
Yeah,
ready.
he did TP, yeah. I was gonna say. It's probably bottom mid right now.
Sometimes. Hold on.
Listen. I'm gonna teach you something here. So, when you make a numbers advantage, like map control is not important anymore, and information is just important. And we want to make sure that we cannot die against the enemies without a reflect potential and die on timing as well. Like look at this. So this chamber can go aim in, vents, and CT as well. Two of our teammates are going to the aim in. How should you position? You should simply go towards the ramp and you just hold this. You're still fast enough to play with two of your teammates here and fight with them and keep some kind of a distance with them, but in the same time you're defending every single position through which this chamber can engage you. Plus, we have a trip for the aim and area of the map, so he cannot push through this angle. Okay, chamber chose a different route. Rule of 3 executes. We notice that enemies are following this rule, so right now, what should you be doing? You should be playing B-side again. Now, in this round, we should be putting in a trademark for the B tower, because we think enemies are gonna go B and mid. We should be putting some kind of a TP setup for the B-main area of the map. Maybe something like this. This is a pretty good setup. You put a teleport up there. Go for an instant dead zone peek. One bullet burst fire. TP away. You're just pre-firing the enemies on these two most common positions. Trying to get a kill. Get you on this off angle. Using this off angle as a secondary position. Bam. One more kill. By that time, your teammates are probably going to use their smoke anyways. And we can just scoot out and reset ourselves. If you're not certain if your teammates are going to do the smoke in time, don't you worry. No, then just do this type of a teleport. Put a TP here. Peek the enemy as soon as the round starts. Here or here. Try to get a kill. Reset yourself. That's it. Oh. Like, literally, the more I'm VOD reviewing and the more I'm analyzing, like, ranked solo queue, to be honest, like, the rule of 3 executes works more than 80% of times. It literally works like 95 or 98, to be honest. Like, very, very rarely I see during the VOD reviews that any team is willing to do the same execute or the same push or the same strategy 3 rounds in a row. That almost never happens. Which is absolutely fucking stupid because, like, you know, you're not more unpredictable if you go B in this round.
Spike planted.
Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
That's good.
In reiterate the rule of 3 exits. Don't worry, man. Like, we have a command for everything. I came prepared.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Here.
Scout destroyed.
By the way, listen. Against the teams that are consistently pushing together as 5, reset your trademark as well. Especially if you put it on some bomb site that has two entry choke points, and especially if your trademark can be easily smoked off, pick it up. Because now the trademark has a range on which you can pick it up and reset it, and trademark is such a useful tool for the clutches and for the retakes, man. Like, literally, you can clear the angles with a trademark, pressure the enemies, you know, swing with it, basically. On timing, it's great, it's amazing. Same as teleport.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Here.
Flashing around.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Flashing around.
Hawk out. Blinded.
I don't know what,
Blinded.
you know, like, to be honest, this Reyna did a really good play, man. Listen, obviously, throughout the whole VOD review, I was not speaking about your mechanical skill because that's too boring for the stream. And I usually watch these VODs like 2 times. 1 time on stream and 1 time alone, and I'll give you some kind of an aim. You need some aim training. We need to start warming up and doing, you know, fixing all of these mechanical problems. But here, like, you know, even if you got a kill on this glove, this Reyna did a really good play. Like, this is one of the rare rounds where you just got a bit outplayed, to be honest. Like, that, you know, she hiding behind that wall and peeking on timing, pretty fucking good. But you wouldn't be playing retake of a B site if you played on the B site at the start of the round. Okay, this setup,
That's a good.
once again, if you're putting a trademark on B tower, always do it here. And this teleport setup, you know, you should only use this TP setup if you wanna play a bit more aggressively in the B main area of the map. Because it's a bit better if you put a teleport like on some of these secondary off angles that we can abuse. Especially because with, for example, with this teleport, what you can do is this. Like, you can go for a fast dead zone peek like this and just pre-fire the enemies, how you would do with any other agent. And then you can instantly take an off angle like this, like this, like this, like this to surprise the enemies with a secondary peek, and you take a third angle as well.
Good spot.
The more angles, the better. The more safe angles and off angles and
Yeah, close.
one and done positions. Oh, we have the op, okay? Now playing on B set on this in this round, I don't know. Like one pattern that enemies developed is that 2 times in a row they pushed A, 1 round they pushed B, then 2 times in a row they pushed A again, and 1 round B. Roulette is pretty predictable, you know. 2 reds, 1 black. Now listen, in this beam and area of the map, you either peek it or you don't peek it at all at the start of the round. Like, if your idea is already to take this information and try to get a kill there, just
That's not ready.
as soon as the round starts. Round starts, barrier goes down. WD, you're going for a fast crouch peek like this. And basically, you're pre-aiming either this position or this position with your crosshair. You're scoping in as this wall is touching the beginning of this wall right here. So, fast peek. Now this is mega dangerous what you're doing because of the angle perception disadvantage. an enemy can see you here. If enemies scale up slowly, like this, and you lost the timing on them, they can surprise you, they can kill you, and God forbid, if you start rotating away without this information on the left side. We lost such a crucial info for a potential enemy lurk, flank, or execute, to be honest. This is mega dangerous mongoose, man, what you're doing right now. Like, you literally lost the timing on all of these angles here. And enemies can see this big gun from afar. But look at that! The ball is red again. They're actually going A. Every group of players that you play against has some kind of a pattern. Like, you should always look at every video game that you play as a game of patterns. And you just really want to get good at reading those patterns through self-reflection, analysis, through all of these VOD reviews, free content, etc, etc. And the ranked solo queue players mostly suffer from repetition. And they're way too repetitive. They're way too like they just have a very linear way of playing the game. And they will always develop some kind of a pattern that you can read. I would say that there's only around like 10 or 20% of matches that you play in Valorant that are completely unreadable. Like, players are just doing some random mumbo jumbo shit. And most of these like unreadable games are in Iron, Bronze, and Radiant.
Spike down A.
And the mostly readable players in Valorant are Gold 1 to Immortal 2.
One enemy remaining.
Just coming around a corner.
This cannot be your starting position. It just can't. You know, this is great as a secondary position, third position, but this cannot be your starting position. Go peek the enemies in the B-main, get an early kill, early contact, early damage, early information, so you can decide faster what you need to do. We cannot play this passively on a defender side of split. Like, 70 to 80% of your rounds, you should be making some kind of a semi-aggressive safe play, A-main, B-main, ramp, or mid. Getting early info, potential early kill, potential early damage, and then preparing for some kind of a setup.
Teleport's ready.
And what did you get from this angle? Nothing. Especially because, you know, enemies have a sky, you know, a decent recon agent, Sky. You cannot use this as a first position.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Now listen, this Phoenix is gonna run you down with a flash 100%. You know, when the Phoenix uses the ultimate in a wall like this, you know it's coming at your face. Like that, for an example. But you should have played the anti-flash as well, like instantly hide a bit and that's it. But the main mistake in this round is just how passively you started. Like, brother, you have so many credits, man. You have like how many credits we have? 7,950. Drop this Vandal to your jet, get the operator, go for the aggressive, peek in the B-main, get one enemy out of the server, and then you can maybe abuse some off angles and tight positions to get one more pick and reset yourself.
Batteries. And I need a
When the enemies have like these big ultimates, you know, such as Phoenix ultimate for an example, You can also do some kind of a setup like this. You know, if you want to play a bit more passively. You can start the round by doing this dead zone peek in the beam and area of the map, resetting yourself towards the backside, and then from the backside, on timing, peek the enemies and try to get a kill. Or even better idea, you know, like, you can just hold this as a secondary angle to kill one enemy and destroy the sky dog. Then we can hold this angle to potentially get one more pick. And then, from the bomb site, we can go for a surprise peek and get out of the site if the enemies have like Breach ultimate, Killjoy ultimate, I don't know, Phoenix ultimate, some big shit, Fade ultimate, some big shit. Go, Reina! Go!
Last player standing.
She clutched this up, bro. I thought we were. It's over.
You had your fun. My turn. 3 seconds. One enemy remaining.
Lex.
Lexing with a knife. Highlight of her life. Highlight of her life.
Didn't have time to hide.
Viens pas. That teleport's ready.
Why don't you get the operator? You know, Split is literally the map which you can win on a defender side by only abusing the operator and shotguns. Like, it is that easy. Especially with a chamber, like, you really want to get that op in the first 4 to 6 rounds on a defender side. And start being mega annoying for the enemy team. Oh, but my Sky has the operator. So what? Enemies don't have a single dive agent. We'll just lock them in with the ops.
Focus now. Eyes off me.
You save a smoke low.
Once again, these off angles can be your secondary positions. They cannot be your first ones. These higher up elevated angles. And why do you put a trademark on the bomb site if we're gonna play with 3 teammates on the bomb site? Put a trademark on B tower or on A tower.
Both from mid. One bottom mid, one bottom mid.
What's the economy here?
Does that work?
If I act superior, it's because I am.
Reina, what you just did, je n'en reviens pas. I cannot believe it. That works.
I mean, if the enemies are playing some eco or halberd round here, you should have started on mid. Maybe peeking the enemies from the vents aggressively, like, basically mid-area of the map, like with Chamber, you have a lot of great setups. Like, basically, you can use a TP here, and just, you know, take the fights from the vents, go mid and still reset tower. You can use a TP. If you're not certain if enemies are gonna go A or B, you can use some kind of a passive teleport like this. Like, you can mix it up. On A side, like, you know, if you think enemies might go mid and A, you can also use this TP setup and do this.
Pause. Main.
I mean,
Go. Attainable. Got me hard. Pause.
Split is a fast rotation map. Focus on team play and refrag potential. Fuck the map control. Especially when you notice that enemies are just executing the bomb sets together as 5.
Right now, have a fuck round? They don't matter.
Once again, the trademark should go on tower if you want to play A. And once again, you should be a bit more aggressive, like, you know, from the ramp or peeking the enemies in the A main area of the map. Also, on split, like, if enemies become unreadable for you, like you really cannot read them for some reason, just sorry, start your rounds in mid. Just start your rounds in mid. In the vents. Keep the mid control. Support your most aggressive teammates. Because in this match, like, Jet and your teammates on mid were consistently peeking the mid. And just play fast rotations left and right. Rotate. Well, you know what are you waiting for? There's a Phoenix, there's a Sky Dog. Go.
They're all concussed.
Take the trademark as well. We're gonna need it for the retake.
Inner hell.
Rotating onto B tower was a good idea. Because, you know, going out of the city with 3 players is a bit too much. In this type of a situation, you always play with your teammates from B tower. And also on the A set as well from A tower.
Spike planted.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight. Back like I never left. Ooh, refreshing.
Backside.
One enemy remaining.
Once again, during these retakes, you're just letting your teammates scale out in front of you too much. Like, you always want to support your teammates on the angles from which they are overexposed and where they can pick a fight.
Blocking sight.
Here, okay.
Back like I never
We kill this enemy chamber. Drop down immediately and start scaling out to clear the backside, pillar, and B main.
left.
From this position, you don't see shit. You don't see the enemies behind pillar. You don't see the enemies at the backside. You don't see the enemies in the B main.
Backside.
One enemy
Pillar,
remaining.
bro. Fucking body block my dash. So dumb.
Default.
You could have gotten this kill and saved the life of your Sky as well. Think about it. More lives saved, better economy, easier to snowball.
A gift.
I'll let chamber buy in my.
You're way too passive with your setups on the defender's side. Way too passive. Like, you know, this round, like, just, we think enemies are gonna go A. Because, you know, in one round they went mid, then they went B. Now chances are really high they're gonna go A. Put a teleport here. Peek the enemies from the ramp. TP. Get this maybe as a secondary angle. Or this. Try to get one more kill. You can get 2 kills before the enemies even cross this choke point.
Teleport's ready. In we go.
Especially if no one is guarding the A tower. We need a trademark for A tower. Like, why are we guarding the A main choke point when we are already defending the A main choke point with a trademark? What was the point of the trademark then? To give you the info that enemies are gonna go A when you already know that they're gonna go A. I mean, you're gonna hear them, you're gonna fight them anyways. Like, I don't know. You're holding that position.
You want to play? Let's play.
Heavy mid, I'm giving it up.
Feel free to rotate a bit faster and make faster decisions. Based on the enemy's initial contact. Your Reyna is pushing. As soon as your Reyna started doing this,
To play? Let's play.
Heavy mid, I'm giving it up.
you drop down and you have 2 decisions to make. You can play with your Reyna and maybe go for a double flank and double lurk. That's not bad. You know, usually it works in ranked solo queue. If your teammates in mid and B are gonna stay alive. Second decision, you just pick up your setup and go B tower as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Here you should have went B tower, man. Like, if we keep the B tower control, it's gonna be easier for us to play some kind of a crossfire setup with the Sky. And it's gonna be easier for us to, you know, like play this retake overall. If the jet dies right now, and the enemies take the B tower, and you get stuck on the bomb site with the sky, the round is over.
Trying to give you
Not out yet.
How much is 300 pounds? That's like 100 kilos, right? Approximately. 400 pounds is like 182 kilos. So like 25%. Oh, that's like 140, like.
Hunt.
wanna play close talk?
I'm down.
Yeah, just watch me if you can.
Teleport's ready.
Smoke
They
net.
just smoke from me. I'm gonna let you have this one. I'll be up on you, Alex.
Why do you rotate onto A site when A tower was open? Like here we need to, like, it is 10 times more important for us here that we keep the ramp and A tower control rather than aim and choke point. Anyways, aim and choke point is defended by trademark. We're gonna know if the enemies are there. But enemies can destroy us through vents and ramp. And if your team has died on A tower, you're not gonna do that much on A site.
I'll be up on you, Alex.
Also, this rotation was really bad in my opinion. Like, listen. In ranked solo queue, usually when you stop, the enemies execute somewhere. The next idea for at least one enemy, if not the whole team, is gonna be to fight on the next closest like area of the map. So usually when you stop the enemy's push on B, you should expect minimum 1 or 2 players going mid and fighting there. So as soon as your Sky killed the enemies in B main,
Yeah, just
like right here, and we stop their push, go onto the B tower, take the full mid control with a Jet and Clove, and if enemies end up on A, who the fuck cares? We can play a 4v3 retake easily against this 3 enemies.
Teleport's ready.
Smoke net.
Now we gave enemies way too much map control. We separated ourselves way too much. Our Sky is in a huge danger. Like, Sky is gonna die in the next 10 seconds from the B tower.
No, it's not.
Oh,
They're tower right now, but I don't want to say.
Okay, they are not.
10 seconds.
Now listen, like, well, there's only like 10 seconds for the enemies to plant the spike. Your only job is to keep your location a secret, kill the spike planter, the round is over.
That's shot, bro. They're not playing.
10 seconds.
Yeah, but I like... Well played by the enemy team. I'm not gonna lie. Well played by the enemy team. That Sky Flash was so good, bro. That Sky Flash was so good. I don't really understand. Why did you pick up the trademark from the ground? Like, your Jet is holding A tower. You're hiding behind the screens to peek enemies on timing. You don't know if enemies are walking into the bomb site. And you pick the only information tool that you have on the ground.
30 seconds left.
It was a perfect setup. Because that trademark would force the enemies to just run. To just run it down. To reveal themselves.
Looking for heaven. They're gonna jump side to heaven.
that's my power.
Oh, okay.
And also, the best position you could have played here is behind the screens, to be honest. It would have been so much easier for you to outmaneuver the enemies and kill the spike planter, no matter if the enemies are planting the spike here or on the site.
No, it's not.
Oh, different heaven.
They're tower right now, but I don't want to say.
10 seconds
That's
left.
shot, bro.
But this like Sky Flash was really good. Really good.
When I play it,
Really good.
just like literally.
Okay. Okay. Interesting match. Okay, defender side. Your initial positioning, yeah, you definitely need to work on your initial positioning and start being a bit more aggressive with your setups. Your first position can never be some passive position that you can reach with your teleport after the initial contact. Pay attention on reading the enemies and like reading the patterns that we've covered during the review. You should prioritize getting operator more, especially on a map such as Split. Your setups need to be based on enemy team composition. What I mean by this, like, you know, you cannot play like some one and done angles with the shotguns if we don't destroy the enemy's recon abilities, or play some off angles where the enemies can easily flash you off without baiting any utility from the enemies at the start of their execute. Like, the huge problem in this VOD was like we were letting the enemies take this, and this space with only one ability, Skydog. Like, we were not burning any enemy's utility in the main areas of the map, and they had like 6 flashes to simply go out on the bomb sites, which was, you know, horrendous, to be honest. Feel free. You need to make faster decisions when to rotate once you gather enough info about enemies. You also need to adapt a bit better on what your teammates are doing. Especially if they want to fight more aggro. You have a lot of wasted time in your gameplay. So, you know, this would be some of the most important points, I would say, that you're lacking in your gameplay right now. As a final thing that I'm gonna say, like, as per usual, I'm gonna share with you like 2, 3, 4 private coaching videos that are gonna cover all of these topics in depth and give you some solutions. I'll share with you some kind of a training that you can follow for the next 2 to 3 months that is suitable for you. And I'm gonna share with you maybe some kind of an aim training based on your most visible mechanical problems that we've noticed during this VOD review. Like, you panic a lot during the fights. Like, you're not even thinking where your crosshair should be or how should you micro correct. Like, you just where your crosshair lands at the start of the fight is where your crosshair finishes that fight, no matter if it is a good or bad crosshair placement. Now, when it comes to the agents that you should main, I think you should just lock in Jet for a few months or few weeks, like just to get a bit more into that aggro mode, to learn like some proper team play, proper angle clearing, like to have a bit more freedom as well. Like, I would actually advise you that you play Jet for like 2 months, focus on Jet, use the chamber as a secondary flex or fill pick, and then in 2 months from now, like, we'll see what's gonna happen and like how much you're gonna develop yourself as a player. Because with chamber you play way too passively. Like, you don't really understand the proper timings to move in, move out, to take space, how to actually be aggressive, and also, you know, you don't really pay attention on these timings like of your duelists as they are taking the space and as they're taking the fights. And Jet can really help you, developing better timings for all of this, and better understanding of these type of fights and how to take them and how to support your teammates a bit better. So yeah, you know, you can still play Chamber on maps where this is not that important. For example, Breeze. You know, on Breeze you can maybe still lock in Chamber and try to get better on Chamber. On Abyss as well. But on other maps, I think Jet is a far better pick for you, especially considering your win rate on Chamber right now. It's really hard to help you on Chamber only through one VOD review. Really hard. But, I have a private coaching video that explains every single Chamber setup on every single map. I think I have a video that's like 3 hours long. So I'm gonna share that video with you. And, you know, that can definitely help you a lot with all of these setups. And a bit more mindful, like positioning and repositioning. So yeah, you can still continue playing Chamber. I just feel that Jet might be a much better pick for you just at this moment of time, just to develop some of these skills and some of these some of these mechanics that you're lacking at this moment of time. Okay, it has been a long one once again, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Make sure to join Discord server for coaching. You can get, you know, you can join the giveaways for free coaching. You know, you can also get my private coaching as well. You can get the playbook, some other stuff as well. You can just chit chat a bit. I don't know, do whatever you want. There's no police in our community. Other than that, thank you for watching and roll the closer, you know.